did. I done read.
All right.
Yeah, these are gonna be from somebody, didn't I?
So, to begin.
Yeah, I'm this far in. It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah.
I made a Long Island iced tea.
Oh, nice.
Alcohol in
There's
there,
okay.
isn't there?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of
There's a good
alcohol.
amount.
Yeah. All
There's
the
an ounce
alcohols
of
are in
5
it.
different liquors.
It's
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
So,
There's
to
so good,
begin
though.
There's not much iced tea
With-
left.
with the game, to
No,
begin,
iced tea.
a lot of you guys are.
Show so much I know about these things.
No, that was very
Okay.
loud.
Not doing
So,
that.
I'll do what I need to get attention. So, a lot of you guys are traveling through the woods, and as you do so, following your newly found hunter friend, who a lot of you are tracking down this missing dragonborn. As you are kind of going along, it's like midday, and then suddenly you see a bright flash of light, and the 5 of you find yourselves sitting at the front of a bar with drinks in hand, kind of sitting upon the stools next to an elf of some kind. You're all sitting next to one another, like kind of in joyous camaraderie. You're not necessarily sure how you got here, but you know that you don't remember how it happened. You just know that this is where you are as of right now. And looking around the bar, you can't see any other patrons kind of wandering around and about, and there's nobody tending the bar. What do you guys do?
Do we have drinks in hand?
Yeah.
Let's get drank, dude.
What
Say
is
drink some more.
this?
Drink it up, Slaker. It's good for you. We drink it at church every day. It's called alcohol. Super good. Right, Jan?
Indeed, not in large quantities.
Alright,
Slater's
well,
gonna drink the whole thing really fast.
Okay. Roll con.
There
Roll
it is.
constitution.
I didn't test these.
Grayson, you can get
21.
wasted.
21.
By force to find out.
It's not much.
As you start to chug it down, you feel like it's familiar, but it's still kind of something you're not used to, so it, like, at first it's fine, and then you start to feel it kind of burn as it continues along, but you make it down to the bottom and slam the glass down.
I
Tastes
also,
nothing like blood.
kind of church you're going to, but I'm gonna drink mine.
As a lot of you guys are sitting there, you look off and you can see this elf that has appeared beside you. You notice that your half-elf friend Faye and the gnome Zion are not accompanying you, and you're not sure as to why.
'Cause they're not.
But you feel like
Metagaming.
metagaming pity. You do feel like there's a kinship to this elf. Like you guys have some kind of friendship with her, but you're not sure why or how. You don't even know her name.
Am I in halfling form?
Yes.
Oh, great. This is what I look like, except for less piratey.
Oh, nice.
Squire. Squire. It's a heavy squire. Yeah. Halfling weighs like 250 pounds, 300.
30. Excuse you.
230. I always get it wrong. I always go over.
Heavy little guy.
He's rather dense.
Yeah. It happens.
Let him shape it, you know.
The elf knows now.
So what do you guys do?
Probably walk over to the elf. No, never mind. I know what an elf is. I'll stay sitting.
Wait, so you said the bar is completely empty except for
Everything's empty, and you guys don't recognize this establishment offhand. You know it's a bar just because of the setup of it. Like, you've got the wooden raised table in front of you, as well as behind you. You have different smaller tables where other patrons should be, but aren't. And then looking around around the room, you can see like there's different shelves and cabinets and stuff where one assumes that there would probably be some kind of glassware and
Has
what have
Slaker
you.
ever been in a bar before? If he was nomadic.
Yeah, you were at one in Karen's Wall.
Oh, that's
The
true.
inn.
The inn.
I want to just walk around and like just start looking at stuff around the room, like going through the cabinets and stuff.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception. Or, no, roll investigation. Alright, Ganlin gets up from the bar and just starts, like, digging around. What do the rest of you guys do?
When I see the elf, I want to be like, can you pour us more drinks over here?
You're sitting, like, right next to him,
Oh.
also with a drink in hand.
He's like, come on, you're clearly the only other person in the establishment. You gotta be.
I don't own this bar.
Okay, well, whoever does is gonna be real pissed off. Drinking all
Are we
this.
in like bar stools or are our feet flat on the floor?
Stools.
Okay.
Stools.
Then Slaker is gonna walk over to Toes and like put his hands on Toes' shoulders and be like, "Can I get you something, Your Majesty?"
Go ahead and roll athletics to pull him up there, to put your shoulders on him, or put your hands on his shoulders.
Like climbing the chair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like climb
Yeah,
that.
like to get out of the chair.
17?
Yeah.
Alright. So after a mighty hop down from your bar stool, you just kind of waddle on over and just literally like step on a ring and then you're like,
Like, Squire, there's a lot of weight on this chair. Whatever you gotta show me. Whatever you gotta show me, feel free.
Can I get you something, Your Majesty?
Sure. Surprise me.
I'm gonna climb over the counter to the other side.
Look at Squire.
What was
getting
your
entrepreneurial.
investigation? 10?
Getting those drinks.
Digging around, you don't see any like anything that indicates how you got there, why you're there, but you do find normal bar stuff. It definitely seems like this is somewhere that's normally lived in, but there's just no people here.
Okay. I'm gonna start going through the cabinets behind the bar. Just want to see what's there.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation again.
I wanna like
That's
climb over Toes and over the counter to get to the other side of the bar.
You open one and it seems like it's just an empty dish rack type thing, and then you open the next one and you find like a couple of kegs, probably with ale or something of that sort. As you open the door, you kind of look up and there's a halfling head just kind of poking over.
I just look and I'm like, what do you want?
I'm getting more drinks. For the king, of course.
You're a king, right? The king.
Secret.
I'm just gonna grab like 2 random bottles and then like put them together and then like sloosh it around and then hand it to him.
Okay, roll 2d20. No mods. Let's see how this goes.
It's just water.
17 and a 6.
We've watered down some pretty good alcohol. And she just hands you a watered down
Okay, so I get it and I go,
nice
Squire.
brew.
Squire, you're like a true barkeep already. Wow. It's really expecting. You know you have full reign to do whatever you want over there. You don't need to pour me half water, half beer over here.
What is barkeep?
It's like the guy on the other side. It's what you're doing. You're giving me beer.
That's what you do.
That's what you do. You keep everything over there. I keep everything over here.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Jan and Alwyn, what are the two of you guys doing?
That was the most accurate description you've given me yet.
Honestly,
Barkeep, give beer.
you can't tell.
We
She's
sit
kind of
over
in
here.
it.
You bring it to us.
Anyway, what are the two of you guys doing?
Jan says, "Who might you be?"
I'm an elf from the woods.
Yes, many do come from the woods. Which area of woods?
I don't know.
Does the elf want more drink?
Elf definitely wants more drink.
Then I shall drink as well.
Hold on, take mine.
Some more.
I'll take mine as next. Let's make good companions.
2 more d20 to fill up hers.
Can I like?
If you're grabbing randomly, yes.
I was going to prevent her and try to make a difference.
10 and 10.
Oh, that's good.
You just pour a beer.
Very.
Yeah, real
Just-
beer.
Run of the mill.
Not for me.
Bud Light. Equivalent.
I want to just
Look
start
at
like
that.
Times.
bartending in the background, like making like some crazy drinks and like flipping things around and stuff. Even if it's not like actually good.
Performance. Or
Okay.
acrobatics, your choice.
Okay. That is a 21.
You are very good at the whole flipping thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d20, no mods.
Very good.
Very
17.
good.
17. And you're actually making a decent mixed drink. It's not, anything that'll blow someone's mind, but it's a pretty, highly respected kind of mix of, wine and, a pinch of grog to give it a spice or something like that.
You
It's
mix wine?
Most people don't.
as a half elf.
Yeah.
Half elf in medieval times, you kind of work with what you got. You're not going to run around with
Ah, what does
tequila.
that mean?
Ew, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, that's the best though.
Tequila?
Yeah.
There's not tequila. In 1582, there ain't no tequila. Anyway.
You don't know that.
Yawn, go ahead and roll perception for me.
Well,
Because you're at the center of the bar.
Give me D20.
Give me a D20. Oh, not there.
Oh
though.
no.
Fucking 14, eh?
14?
ain't it?
Alright.
Canadian yawn.
While the rest of your companions are kind of celebrating and they're really excited by Ganlin's, flips and tricks with the glassware and whatnot, you hear a faint tapping, scratching noise at the door. It's not a full-on scratch with a dog or a cat, but it's
It's really weird. It's awkward.
reminiscent of it. It's not a knock though.
What a match.
I approach it and swing open the door.
You look
Swing open the door.
you look out. It's
Dramatic.
yeah, you looking out. It's midday. There's a couple of different buildings kind of scattered around and about, and you're kind of caught back what the heck was that? And you look down and there's a sheep with a scroll in its mouth, and it looks up at you and just.
I say, thank you, kind servant. I take it.
Okay, you grab the scroll. It kind of is just standing and staring at you.
I read it.
Okay, as you open up the scroll, you can see it start to melt away in your hands magically, and before you're even able to really glance at the page, you look down at the sheep. The sheep looks up at you and goes, "Please be working, please be working, please be working, please be working."
I jump back. I say, why do you speak sheep?
Oh my god, thank you! Do you know how hard it is to try to find anyone in this town that'll freaking take a scroll from a sheep?
What do you want from me, sheep?
Well, it's not you particularly. I'm just looking for someone to help.
Yes.
Hard as it might be to believe, I'm actually a well-respected wizard, and it would appear my apprentice has, he looks at his hooves. Please.
That would explain the sheep part.
It would indeed. And while I'm talking, and also handed you a magic scroll that evaporated in your hands.
Good show indeed.
Thank you. Anyway, there's not a single answer at any of these doors. Do you and are those your companions back there?
They are. I will bring them.
Okay. I'll sit here and wait.
Companions, at the door there is a strange sheep wizard man.
Does he want a drink?
Yeah, we're gonna get it drunk, dude.
Sheep man, do you require a drink?
Sheep.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a bowl of water, but
Bring water,
I'm
servant.
gonna mix another drink for him,
Water
which
only.
is a 10 and an 11.
there's a little bit more than water in there. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Anyway, can you tell them I'm in desperate help, need of help, please? Dire state. I don't like being a sheep.
Sheepman requires our assistance.
Galen thinks Jan has had too much.
The four of you do not
Come
hear
see,
this.
the sheepman will speak to you as well.
The four of you don't hear him speaking when he does.
Okay.
But that said, you are across the way.
Say, come here the sheepman.
But I gave the sheep a drink.
Come closer, listen to him.
Jan, why is it that when we come to a bar to have fun, you talk to sheep and then you want us to sit around and start a petting zoo? I don't understand.
I did not bring this sheep. The sheep was brought to us.
Well, I guess
I
I'll
answered the door. There the sheep was.
Yeah, okay, well, it's very
You
nice. Jan.
listen, come
It's very nice.
Speak to the sheep.
All right, we'll speak to you.
as you approach, he's just sitting there, like, just on his hind legs. You bat at him, and he looks up and he just goes. The four of you hear back. You hear, "You right fucking cunt! Is that supposed to be funny?"
I'm gonna
He's
louder.
If it wasn't for the water, I'd be very upset. And then he just goes over and just starts lapping up some of the water.
Oh, he likes my drink.
He's deeply offended.
He's offended. He's drinking the drink.
He's deeply offended. He does appreciate the drink.
Do you need a
Water
drink?
down, dude.
I've had
Galen thinks
one.
Jan does not need more.
Do you not hear this man speaking to us?
You are speaking to me. Yes, good job.
I have spoken to the sheep man as well. He's a wizard. Requires our help.
What
His
happens when
apprentice
you
has
drink
created
too
a-
much?
Quite a large mishap.
That's a good point. You talk to sheep, apparently.
Shall I go alone then?
That's
The
going on
sheep
the
man
sheep.
needs help.
It's called drunk.
Drink too much equals talk to sheep.
I didn't see Jan drink anything. That's crazy.
He didn't.
I did. Exactly.
After the sheep finishes lapping up water, he just looks up and goes. He looks at you when he says this, and he's saying, "Please, I think I'm being followed into the town."
By whom?
Probably my
It's talking to
former bodyguard.
What?
And what quarrel have you with him?
Well,
I'm helping you out.
yeah. Well, it wasn't anything like immediately a problem. I didn't hire him. However, I think my apprentice is getting a little bit, big on his britches. Right bastard he is. He stood over me in the middle of the night and, turned me into a sheep. I hate it. I hate this man.
It seems my friends cannot understand you. However, I will attempt to convince them to come with me and help.
Please.
Of course.
I hate grass. It doesn't taste very good, but what else am I gonna eat?
Indeed, that is injustice. An injustice what Jan cannot stand.
Okay, Jan needs help.
Jan has been napping. Come with me to help Sheep Man.
Jan needs another drink?
Galen's not gonna do that.
Jan calls for action, not drinks at the time.
There's a drink called action. Just make it.
How do you make said drink?
Let's see what we got behind the counter. Get some of this stuff and put it together.
Are you just grabbing randomly, or are you looking to make something good?
Make something really strong.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Speaking of.
I'm gonna say drinking is a charisma skill. Go ahead and roll charisma
Yours is
to
pretty strong.
purposely make something good.
Shit.
That's what I like to hear when Nick rolls.
11.
11. I mean, better than beer. Outright, just a lame ass ale. You managed to spice it up a little bit. Basically, if someone gave you a blue moon, you put the orange slice on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's
Make
that.
it better.
It's that
Like the umbrella,
key difference.
yeah.
Yeah. It's the umbrella stand in a martini or something.
Like that lime in
Now
a
drink
Bud
up.
Yeah.
It's just water, I swear to God.
I smell it.
With sense in it.
I mean,
With
smells good.
Scented water.
Does it smell alcoholic?
Yeah, it's got some. Not a lot, but like some.
I pour it down.
Hey, alright.
Yeah, tastes good.
We know what night
Alright.
it is.
It's not bad. You've definitely had worse.
Slifer's gonna go over to the sheep and be like,
So well done, priest man.
Drink.
You can see him like put his foot up to like try to cover his face.
Drink. I'm gonna dump it on his head.
Uh-oh.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
He breaks out crying.
I'm gonna look at him and go, and then walk away.
Slifer gets
I just like pat the sheep on the head and then close the door.
Go ahead and roll perception as you close the door.
Will you bring me a Reese's?
Are we closing the door on the sheep?
Wanna
Well,
bring
you
me
like
one
on
as
it? I
well?
thought it was like outside the door.
It was outside.
Yeah.
It's inside now.
You're shutting the door on him, or are you letting him in? Shutting the
Oh
door?
no, I'm shutting it on.
Okay.
He's been.
He is now locked
Yeah.
out.
That's a
can't.
6 for perception.
6?
Thank you.
Alright. I mean, you beside the distraught sheep in the distance, you can see what appears to be like an orc or something, and like a cloaked figure behind him approaching the town with some dogs.
Okay.
So that's what you see.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the four of you are over by the bar.
Hey, did I ever meet this
I
elf yet?
open the
I know
door
I-
again.
Yeah, can I challenge them to like a drinking contest?
Oh.
You can if you'd like.
What
I would
is
like to do that.
drinking
Okay.
contest?
Sheep's
Oh,
gone.
please be good.
Jan, are you in?
What is
First
sheep
one to
over at
talk
the
to
door.
sheep loses.
They like to. We shut the door on the sheep.
No, I'm gonna
I
open
hate
it.
you.
No, I can't. I have a quest. I can't just shut the door on the quest giver. He's in danger.
I like that.
Well, I will not be talking to the sheep. Let us drink.
Let's do it.
I open the door and let the sheep in for the
He
moment.
hurriedly scurries
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, dude, let's go.
And
The
he's
sheep
like,
man is my personal companion now.
he's trying to like, he's trying to move at the door to try to close it.
I close it.
Okay.
Alright, the sheep can stay, but he has to drink.
Sheep man, can you handle alcohol as a sheep?
Yes, sheep.
He looks up and looking at you, he's like, well, I mean, normally I'm not terrible.
They
But,
require you to drink.
well, I haven't drank much as a sheep. I'm pretty sure that wasn't all water that I just had.
It was not more than likely. These buffoons behind the counter.
Hey, listen, just because you're talking to the sheep doesn't mean I can't hear your insults.
Very honest priest man.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Anyway, carry on so we can start drinking.
Galen is
Yeah.
right behind the counter.
Should I make more?
Yeah, make as many as you can.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna make as many as I can.
D20s, which is
Can I help?
first
Sheep.
one.
4 and 9.
No, sheep have like
4 and
12
9.
stomachs,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Something like that. 7, 5.
8 and 17.
8 and 17.
15 and
It'll just be
17.
like dirt and rocks and be fine.
10 and 1. Oh dear.
Sheep.
1 and
Dirt and
18.
rocks.
You're
Yeah, they
grounded.
can eat
I
nasty
think I eat
stuff.
that.
They can eat some off the
8 and
ground.
18.
That's
Four
fine.
stomachs,
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. You got 4
6
stomachs. He
and
can
4.
drink.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
you drink. You probably do not go to the table.
Exactly.
Maybe some help, but
Yeah,
you guys.
fine.
19 and 8.
How drunk?
9 and 4. We're not getting drunk. 8 and 7.
I've got to see this. Can sheep drink beer? There you
10
go.
and 16. 11 and 5.
So sheep should
18 and 8.
Oh, okay.
18 and
I got a
13.
horse that can do
Pig
2
loves
and
the beer. I
15.
knew a guy who kept goats.
8 and 5.
He retired and he was trying to drink beer all
17
day
and
with one of his
Alright,
goats.
let's tally up how many we have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That was fun.
These animals were dead.
Alright, so go ahead and roll 3
Look at
points.
this.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for
I'm just going
Googling this. I
for
didn't think there'd
20
be any
drinks.
actual
So
answers.
Yeah,
each. With the deer
Tries.
or
15 and
Apparently you can use
Six.
beer to
Old
help
retired
ailing sheep.
apparently.
Look at
14
this. Look at this
and
buzz
Use
still.
beer to help ailing sheep.
Alcohol would be fatal.
10 and 10. This will
This
help
is
you.
fun.
Oh, yeah, I thought
having a lot of drinks, while a lot of you guys are inside of the bar.
That's it.
As far as the drinking game goes, who's participating?
Boom.
Drinking amongst the table.
So the three
Squire,
of
you gonna
you.
drink? Who's gonna make drinks?
Young participates.
Okay.
Should I do both?
You can join in.
Should I do both?
What does everyone else think? One other party? One drinker in the party?
Let the squire drink.
Alright, Squire, you drink.
The squire will drink.
I wonder
Squire will
if
talk to
alcohol will affect Squire with his
Squire
small
will
body.
not talk to sheep first.
Yes.
You will talk to sheep first.
Go ahead and roll perception.
She said that a drinking contest
Yeah.
is the first one to talk to the sheep
Yeah, I know.
loses.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Y'all lost.
Yeah, I'm seeing if she knows that.
13.
13? Yeah, you know. You look over and Jan's just standing right next to the sheep. The sheep's
Having
like
a conversation with it.
feet at the top of the bar.
Well, besides him.
Wait, Ganlin, does the sheep, what if the sheep doesn't talk to himself?
And the sheep doesn't lose.
It's gonna be a hard game.
So, those that are participating, so it's the four of you, the sheep. Are you?
Yep.
Yes? Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll athletics.
Everybody? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We're in the drinking game.
Yep.
I'm
I guess
familiar.
that is athletic.
Yeah,
16.
16.
Yo.
Do you already have the other one?
Wow.
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, okay. Then this one.
I think they won.
Son of a bitch.
Not one.
Nice.
I got 4.
God will talk to sheep.
Do you add the little number
Continue
thing?
talking.
Yeah, so if you got athletics, you
Help.
check.
About
and
11.
you add +3 to whatever you roll. So, oh yeah, you're good. You're cool. Yeah.
You cool?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you need to
it's
explain
gonna
it.
be one of those days. Dumb things.
What?
Alright,
My dice
so
are not cooperating.
Oh, I'm probably.
you got 10, you got
16.
Jan got nat 1.
One.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now you're
You
talking
take
to the sheep,
Four.
one
right?
sip
Okay.
and hurl.
And
11.
11. Okay.
Apparently it's been a long
So,
day.
Jan drinks once, and he drinks what is just a revolting drink, and immediately just passes out.
Oh, you must have. Wow.
Just yeah,
Whatever you grabbed.
the equivalent of just Everclear and ass.
Wait,
Okay.
what order are we
That
sitting in
makes-
the bar?
That makes sense.
I'm behind the counter.
Pretty much,
sounds
it's
revolting.
yeah, behind the counter. Sheep
Everclear is
yawn.
more bad enough.
Continue as planned.
Okay.
Anyway, you're starting to feel it a little bit. You're starting to feel it a little bit.
Who were those yous that you were pointing to? Ah, okay.
What is this?
Feeling so sudden and new.
I was trying not to. What is this?
Numbness.
You're almost talking to the sheep.
Tingling.
I'm not talking to the sheep. I'm asking you. What is this?
It's the feeling you get before you talk to the sheep.
I'm not gonna talk to the sheep.
Keep it up.
The sheep is trying to talk to you.
No.
I like the sheep, but I won't. Those to no one in particular. I mean, to someone else other than the sheep.
I like this story.
Alright, so that's round 1. Are you continuing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Alright,
Till
drink
I
away.
Bring me the mead.
Drink, drink.
Well, that's
Athletics.
Bring the
Oh,
meat.
Is this athletics?
Yes.
Yep, athletic. Yeah.
19.
Party KO.
Yeah.
19?
19.
Yeah.
Nice.
Excuse me.
I got a 17.
18, nice. 17, nice.
How we drinking a lot tonight, boys?
John's passed out. No,
Yeah, I'm not
rolling.
bad. So.
What did you roll?
Sheep's
I got
down.
a 1.
I got
Yeah.
the short end of the
You're
stick.
down.
Yeah.
You were already talking to the sheep.
And then,
I'm trying to convince you guys.
check.
So you
Okay.
say.
Put
Alright.
yourself in our shoes.
So,
Just start talking to
this
the
is
sheep.
basically,
You
we're
brought me
going
a
through the
scroll that
list of
disappeared
drinks.
in my hand.
And
Likely.
Ganlin takes a sip, of whatever Jan probably had. Because she just thunk
I like to think
right
she
onto
says,
the table.
nice sheep first.
See, maybe if the sheep also didn't collapse.
Oh, she's
Or the sheep collapse.
out.
Yep.
There's a strategy here. Galen is passing out to not have to communicate.
You're talking to an unconscious person.
What is?
He was talking about me.
I am talking about you, but
Yeah.
maybe to you.
Okay.
What is passing out?
It's like sleeping unconditionally. Unprovoked. Listen, man, whatever you're mixing is a little strong here. We'll get to it.
Unintentionally.
Alright.
Me too.
This is out of game. I'm trying to find a
The
word.
three that are left, do you continue to drink?
Of course.
Yeah.
All
Bring
right.
on the alcohol.
Chug it. Roll cons.
Oh,
14.
14, 2,
7.
it's not a one.
The only one who's gonna survive Slaker's drink is Slaker.
Strong.
Alright. So, Toes, you take a sip and it is revolting. It is horrible. You like a little bit in your mouth and then you take it back, you get lightheaded and backwards out of the chair.
That's fair.
There goes our quest.
Slaker and the elf. The two of you are alone at the bar.
Alright, you guys are gonna figure out how to talk to sheep.
I will not talk to the sheep
The
first.
sheep's out.
Oh.
Oh,
That
sheep's
is a
out.
lie. These fools can't
We're just
handle
passing out with
alcohol.
a sheep in the bar. That's how you know you had a good night.
You ready to keep going?
Yes. Also,
Just
I'm Slaker.
What's my name?
Should be written.
At the very top.
I'm
Alwyn?
what?
Alwyn.
I'll win.
Yes. Because I always win.
No, I'll win.
I'll win.
Let's
'Cause
go.
I win.
18.
Snap.
13.
Alright. The two of you slam him down just fine.
I'm not talking to the sheep. Are you talking to the sheep?
Never would I talk to such a silly creature.
I'm gonna take another one.
Same.
The sheep is asleep.
21.
The
She'll
sheep
talk to
sleep.
it.
20.
What did you have?
21.
Was that a nat 20 or a nat 20?
What?
Did you add numbers to make
yeah.
it 20? Or was it 20
Added
on the
the
dice?
numbers.
Okay.
Okay.
If you roll a 20 on the die, don't add anything, just exclaim nat 20.
Ah.
Yeah.
Instant success.
And if you roll a 1, just exclaim nat 1.
Well, it won't be an exclamation, it'll be more like a those with no.
No, that was a one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you go,
or if you're Nick, you go, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He kind of does that for everything. That's how he entered the house tonight.
Alright.
It's actually.
Took a weird step. It's alright.
So, as you guys continue
was a good way to
drinking,
enter.
you're able to just narrowly swallow whatever the hell you have poured. It is nasty, it is disgusting, but you're determined. That said, there is one drink left. So, if you want to continue, you're gonna have to make more.
I can make more.
Halfsies.
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
Alright,
I'm making the really disgusting one.
How many more?
that's on you.
I'll just make one more for now.
Okay, just one at a time.
Sounds good.
What'd you get?
2 and a 1.
Sweet.
You're gonna be
Alright.
Oh, you got you. No, boy, you,
So, you have 2 drinks.
you die.
And
One
you're
is vodka,
continuing.
one is water.
Go ahead and roll athletics.
I never realized that Russian roulette is like,
21.
some of it might have been way
Oh,
weaker.
okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
noticed immediately when they started.
7.
on the
7
camera, I was like,
and
oh, this is bad.
21.
21.
Think we know who got the water?
Yeah.
Your drink is vile and horrible and just scorches your insides.
Tasty.
As you take a drink,
It's like a wood.
the fumes make your eyes start to water and singe before finally you just kind of like go to wipe your nose and thunk
Oh.
onto the table.
Slaker didn't
I'd like to
talk the
think
sheep
I
first.
landed on the sheep. Yeah.
The sheep's on the floor.
I
Y'all land
fell
on
over.
it in the middle of its fullness. It's like, "Ah!"
I'm still not talking to the sheep. I say to no one.
Probably the sheep.
Slaker, you're alone at the bar. What are you doing?
Slaker wouldn't even know what to do in this situation, would he?
I'm gonna go outside the bar and see if there's anything to eat.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure, go ahead and roll perception.
Natural 19.
Alright, so you walk outside. Just outside you can see what appears to be a you get this like
Don't worry.
instinctual feeling like people have called this a fort, but you don't remember encountering one.
Why do people like?
Maybe?
Okay.
No,
know-
it's you got a lot of alcohol happening.
Okay.
Let me clarify that. Yeah. Anyway, so you're like green skin, and accompanied is a cloaked figure of some sort and a couple of wolves next to him. They seem to be kind of like strolling down the town.
Do they seem strong?
The orcs seem strong. The wolves look like wolves. You're not sure about the cloaked figure, but the cloaked figure is
You're not part
big,
of it.
like one of the biggest people you've probably ever seen.
I will tell you a story later.
I'm just gonna quietly close the door and go back
Dude, I
inside
need
the
to
bar.
catch up on
Roll,
some
roll
things.
stealth
We just need to
disadvantage.
catch up in
I
Jenny.
know. Wait, I gotta show you something real quick. This will catch up. Kind of.
Are you famous now?
I mean, I was technically I was paid to climb, so I am
7?
professional.
Yeah.
$400.
It's fine. And you walk, you just kind
I
of
did not
jaunt
say
away.
that to the sheep.
Sorry, I clicked down a bit.
Who's man?
Unconscious.
Anyway,
my boy.
so you
You're
shut the
from
door, you
Peru.
start to walk away.
So cute.
What are you doing?
Go.
When did you guys
Like 8 months ago. I know, right?
Is there another door?
I got to show you a different photo.
It doesn't seem like there is.
This is even better.
I mean, there's like a door
We
for
went to-
getting behind
we
the
went to
bar,
Mexico
but it's not like a
in
full door.
January.
It's just one of those little.
But there's not another exterior door?
That's a great picture.
I know, right?
You could be on the cover of Teen Vogue.
Who is that?
For my boy.
I don't know.
He had more embarrassing ones, but you deleted them.
Well, considering I have no loyalty alignment to the mysterious elf, I'm
Give me
dying
the
to know what she
I'm
takes.
trying again.
Oh,
There was
really
like-
now?
So I probably go over.
I will say
It's
you do feel
extravagant,
quite
so-
full after all those beers.
Can try now.
Alwyn wakes up. Can I roll for that?
There you
Oh,
go.
I'll get eaten.
Roll con save.
I
So
just wanna
roll
know-
Constitution. If you have the box next to it checked, then you add more, meaning your con mod and proficiency. If you don't, you just add your con mod by itself.
Wait, what?
So
Nick,
on,
can you
on the
just go-
left hand
can you-
side, right above
Constitution.
the score, there's something called proficiency bonus, and it should say +2 or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And if the thing that you're rolling for has a check mark in the box, then you add that proficiency bonus.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's not just for the skills; it's also for the abilities themselves.
Wait, I could have added more to athletics? I should have added 5, not 3?
No, that's 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like additional, like, check. Plus.
No.
No,
No.
whatever's
Oh, I was like-
for your sheet, whatever's written in that box.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, so basically if you're rolling con, you just roll that and then you add +1 to whatever you get.
Okay, cool.
And if you're rolling that, just roll one of the...
I think I'd probably just try for like the really flabby right here.
Oh, flabby, huh?
Yeah, that way I don't get any bone.
15.
Whoa, what did you just say?
I don't get any bone.
You're like
There's
standing
no flab.
over
Pure muscle.
the elf body, and she starts to creak her eyes open to see you just kind of like just drooling over her arm a little bit. You look up and you can see this halfling standing over you with just slobber coming out of its mouth
Need I remind
hungrily,
you?
This.
This sweet innocent.
Slobbering over.
drooling over you. Yeah.
Square.
Alright, so I have
Hungry.
a,
Who am I?
Oh.
Oh, those elves, man.
So you.
Did bite me.
Can I punch? Punch away in the face? Just like quick jab in the
Yeah.
nose?
Go ahead and
Yeah, that's
roll. That would be a strength
Nice
check,
try.
since you're
That's
not
a cool
proficient
ass
with
shirt.
Real
unarmed
swag.
strikes or the
Oh,
like.
It's actually cool.
So
I like
you know
it.
it's actually a
I
cool
should
shirt.
wear that. Ooh, should I wear it with this skirt?
Thank you.
What would mine be?
Yeah, that'd be kind of
What?
You
interesting.
could, but
Armor
with
class?
this skirt.
Yeah.
Got 7.
Seven.
Like a
Yeah, you go to
shade
swing
shirt,
at her
fancy
and
skirt with it, that'd
him,
look cool.
and
Yeah.
you just kind of barely like step away as it's definitely a fighter what you were about to fight.
It's a fighter. And it turns out.
A little trust.
It ain't no
fighter.
beat.
Fighters always taste better.
I was not talking to the sheep.
Oh, it sounds like you're talking to the sheep. Who else would you be talking to?
You.
I don't know about that. I was pretty out of it.
I'm gonna give her another drink.
You gotta go make it.
Okay, I'll go make it.
Okay.
I
You can
accept.
choose to not
14.
accept it.
No, I
And
accept the
11.
drink.
14 and 11.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're
what's
getting
not
bad.
bad. It's not
You're
bad.
getting turned. You're past that.
You drink
You're
up and
past
you're yeah. You chug it down just fine.
Oh boy. Beat that.
Mm-hmm.
Hot wheels. Beat that.
I want elf blood.
You
I
wish.
bet you do.
Can I draw my bow and arrow at her? And...
I'm gonna try and take a bite out of her arm. Or
Wait,
anything.
wait,
You
actually.
are behind the bar
Oh.
to make the drink. What was
So, I have a spell of animal friendship. You know, technically halfling is an animal. Can I befriend her so she
No.
doesn't eat me? No?
Technically,
No.
athlete's an animal, so.
I mean, humans are animals.
Ow!
Non-sentient creatures.
That was just.
Alright,
funny.
alright.
Technically, an athlete's an animal.
That was just
Just
funny.
Alright, can I.
It's supposed to be like a diving watch, but that doesn't turn,
Wow. No, I was gonna throw the sheep at her.
You could attempt to throw the sheep at her.
Cool.
That is
I'm
a
about it.
possibility.
Alright, I'm rolling.
Before you do hear a at the door.
I
The
duck
two of
behind
you.
the counter.
Alright,
The
I'll
halfling
pause
is
on the
behind.
throwing the sheep. I'll go run over, open the counter.
Are you like holding
Counter.
the sheep as you go to open the door?
yeah, sheep's like slung over my back.
Okay.
I got him like by the
Hey,
back.
don't do it.
Okay. You just got
And I, yeah, and I open the door and I'm like, what up,
I
fool?
need a good way to start lunch.
You open the door, just slam. What up, fool? There's an orc on the other side. He's like, you wouldn't have happened to see the sheep, would you? As you're holding it by the hoof.
What sheep?
What sheep? I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I ready a javelin?
This is my pillow.
What does your pillow have hooves?
I like it a little harder, you know?
Roll deception.
Can I ready a
I just
javelin?
skimmed it. I'm not done with it yet.
Yeah, you can ready it. Hold on.
Which one is this at? Oh.
Sword in progress.
Yeah, it's a pillow. I like it harder. He just looks at you and was like, look, I can see its head. Just swinging behind you.
Alright, so I'm not gonna admit that this is a sheep or not, but, you know, I'll humor you. What do you want with my friend?
Well, I mean, I got a couple of wolves,
My
and
pillow.
they're hungry, and we were chasing a sheep.
See, that's not gonna fly. Because you see, the sheep.
Because it's a sheep. Sheep.
No. See, this is my pillow. This is my pillow. You see?
No, it's
You
not.
can't eat my pillow.
I'm
It's
not
also
I'm
that
not
drunken
eating your pillow.
fool's best friend. So,
I'm gonna put
can't
the
not.
javelin away and come out from behind the counter going, Mama, I'm tired.
Deception disadvantage.
Is anybody else even awake?
So,
nah, y'all still dead.
Okay.
I think.
9.
I think so.
Okay, hold on. You're an elf.
Little cross necklace.
You are not an elf.
But I want my
What a
pillow.
man.
You are a halfling.
Yeah.
That is not a pillow, that is a sheep.
It's a pillow.
And they're a bunch of unconscious people. I don't know about you, I'm a little sketched out by what's happening
Do
here.
you want a drink?
I would like the sheep.
No, I'm a drink.
No. Sheep.
Drink.
Sheep.
You want to lose the drinking game?
Sure.
Well, you gotta drink to lose the drinking game.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna go start making him a drink.
Okay. 2 d20s. So I'll be taking that.
11 and 12.
Not in this life.
I'm gonna hand him the drink. Drink.
Ready?
Drink.
As you're walking up, he pulls out an axe and Alwyn.
And I pull out a bow and arrow and stab him through the heart.
He goes first.
You stab him with a bow and arrow.
Turns are a bitch.
Yes, well, you stab him with the projectile.
She comes at him with the bow and arrow.
No, no, you
I'm
stab.
like, projectile, like,
Exactly, you're stabbing him with a projectile.
So,
Thank you.
Alwyn, take 5 damage.
Yeah.
So your health, I think, is 18. So subtract 5 from it.
Yes. Do I put that in here?
Yeah. So
Oh, that's so much easier. I thought I
minus
memorized.
5. You don't type that. You just whatever that math is.
Yeah, let's put the 8. Where am I
13.
putting? Yeah. I was
They all
So
go
if
back
it
to
is
full health?
18, write 13.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
I just
you
had
guys are at
minus
full health.
8.
Full health, full spell slots, blah 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 blah. You've rested.
And then I, in retaliation, take the bow and arrow
Teleportation spell.
and fling it through his heart,
It heals.
Okay.
killing him.
Yeah, it is your turn. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Is that on the 20?
That is a d20. So you have to make sure you hit the person first, and then after you hit the person, then you roll to see
It
if
goes to
you
the
how
heart?
much damage you do.
There's no one shot, one kill in this. They have like 2 hit points.
Breathe out.
That's just a small caterpillar.
Not at me.
That is true. The caterpillars had like 4 health.
Oh,
True.
alright.
They were
Probably
fun.
won't do a whole lot. We'll see.
My caterpillars.
17.
17 will hit.
Wait a second.
It still hits.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
there's no mods.
I was gonna add some stuff, but
If it hits,
Strength of
it hits.
mind.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Well,
So
the 2
next
hit
to
is
it,
the
it
attack
says
on the
1d8. So you roll a d8.
Attack bonus.
So 8-sided die.
It's 2 triangles
damage.
stuck together.
That's the
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Yes. Double pyramid.
2.
it kind of looks like you know, the thing in
Yes.
Harry Potter.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. The ring. Yeah. We're on the same
The
page.
ring from
Alright.
Harry Potter.
You just hope it.
The heart counts.
The Juan.
Is that something that I add? Is that one of these checks on the left
So
side?
it's by the weapon. So
I was using bow and
you're
arrow.
using your bow and arrow.
Yes. Where would that be?
So
It's
longbow
under weapons and
should be
attack.
under longbow.
It's
It's gonna be
1d8
a
plus
fun
3
night.
for a longbow.
Just
See
kidding.
some crazy shit. You're fine.
Nick, can you help her find her damage?
Oh, sorry.
It's the weapons.
Where's weapons?
It should be underneath health and stuff.
Oh.
Listed as longbow.
Oh.
Just getting
Wait,
notification.
1d20 damage, 1d8
You alright?
plus 3.
Yep. So what did you get on your d8
I
roll?
heard a noise too.
So I have 6. So I have
Oops.
3.
Plus 3, so
Almost took
9.
the lampshade with
No,
the
3 plus 3 is
To-
6.
total of 6. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like last
Cool.
time.
I'm
we did
feeling
it.
So
fine.
you
I'm
six.
good.
Pretty decent.
Grayson, go ahead and write
Yeah,
orc
ready with-
6. Because you're in
Oh.
charge of tracking damage.
Okay.
Slaker,
Ah.
the elf has been swung at with an axe,
Crazy.
and the elf
I
retaliates
think
by
that's
shooting
real,
a bow
too.
into his chest.
That war was no joke.
That escalated quickly.
I'm gonna swing my great axe at the orc.
Okay. I will say first, you do have a drink. Are you dropping the drink? Are you holding the drink and
Oh, I
swinging?
haven't given the drink to the orc yet?
You didn't get there yet.
Oh, yes. And I'll just be like, guys, have a drink.
Roll persuasion. Disadvantage.
Persuasion.
Disadvantage.
Can I not do intimidation?
That is not an intimidating move.
Have a drink!
Whoa. That's my favorite version of the video.
Right?
You shout out to the two of them, and the orc kind of just gutturally back at you, holding his axe.
Well,
Right.
Ooh.
no.
since talking's a free action, then I'm just gonna great axe him.
Okay.
Since talking's a free, I thought you were gonna try to keep talking.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
not
I thought
gonna
that's
people
what that
and shoot
conclusion
him.
was.
Hey,
Alright, go ahead and roll the
wanna
hit.
bring me a receipt? Cool. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Natural 19.
19 to hit. That'll hit. Roll
That's
damage.
a huge die.
Yeah. And then I
That's
also
like
have
last
really
time.
tiny ones.
Oh, that's cute.
You should see my tiny tinies.
D12.
Thank
Try
you.
to-
They're thin.
That's like last time. I'm not much of a people person.
Yeah.
It's a slog.
That really did happen, though. That was great.
It's so tiny.
Plus strength.
But is it tiny?
Have you seen the tiny
That
tiny?
would be 16.
What the heck?
It's a
I wanna see
D6.
that.
That's a 6-sided die right there.
16.
16
Oh, it's
for
so
damage.
cute.
Yeah.
Alright.
Adorable.
The
I meant.
I wish it was.
nicely done.
You should get a D20 this
the-
size.
Orc just takes.
I think that is a D20
Olwen.
size.
So you're
this-
looking in front of you, and then suddenly this halfling walks over and just with a great axe straight into the chest of this orc.
Nice.
It roars out in anger.
Is it dead? Or no?
No,
Oh, it's so cute.
It's just mad now.
it is mad.
It's got bonus attack now.
Bonus. Yeah, it's gonna recklessly attack.
Yeah, shocker. Oh, it's a barbarian.
It's got boners now.
All right. So Slaker,
Yeah, thank you.
Yo.
take 12 damage as he whirls around with his axe, slicing you kind of like across the collarbones.
Ow!
I do like it.
Ow.
That is very rude to attack a helpless little halfling boy.
Behind him, you can see the one of the wolves. Like both of the wolves were previously just sitting, kind of a little bit in the back. One of them stands up and goes and starts to rush in.
Probably should have just.
And-
We're not gonna survive this.
Oh no, we will, because I got
No,
a
that's
spell
knocked out.
up my sleeve.
You gotta wait for your turn to
I'm
die.
waiting.
The wolf is attacking.
The
One of the
wolf is
wolf gets
attacking.
advantage
I'm
because
gonna
there's an
turn our
ally
D&D
next to
sessions into
you.
a musical.
And that'll hit. Take Slaker. Take 3 damage.
Oh, that's it? That's cute.
Make a strength save.
Oh, damn. 9.
As it pounces at you. 9.
Yeah.
You have been proned
Great.
as it kind of nips at you and pins you down with its front paws.
Hey, look, man, I just wanted to offer a free drink and he wouldn't take it.
The two of you roll perception for me.
18.
Yep.
It's horrible. That's funny.
Where is it? Is perception a thing?
Yes, it's under wisdom, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So
10.
10? Okay. You can hear a loud in the background. You're not sure from what in the immediate area since there's an orc right in front of you trying to swing at you. When you get knocked down, as you're falling, you hear this roar and you're just able to kind of look past the wolf, and in the distance you can see a cloaked figure whose cloak brushes off, and it is a bear.
Oh, yes. My turn
Abort.
now?
Abort.
I was trying to actually write it.
In the
I
meantime,
wasn't ready.
there are 3 unconscious companions and an unconscious sheep that has fallen behind her.
Oh, I was trying to write it.
I'm assuming you're gonna drop the sheep.
No.
Yeah, sure. G-Rock.
Using my spell to befriend that bear and have
No,
him tear
I
up
mean
the shit.
when you went to shoot your bow.
Oh, yeah,
I was
yeah,
assuming
yeah.
that
Oh.
this wasn't a factor
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. Yeah, I dropped the sheep.
Anyways, it is now your guys' turns.
Oh, what?
It's your turns.
Yeah, you can do your
Go.
stuff.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that's what. Okay.
Yeah, you can go now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use that befriend animal spell and befriend the
Animal
bear and have him
friendship.
tear up our enemies.
Okay. So, animal friendship, 30 feet. Yeah, he's in range. She's a beast you can see. It must be able to see or hear you.
Oh, I can
Has
see and hear.
A 4 or higher.
4 or higher?
The spell fails, otherwise.
Is this like Mario?
No.
Seriously. That's good.
This is like our only hope of not dying, I feel like.
Well, someone
It has to
told me
roll a
that
wisdom
was
save.
a
What's your
problem.
spell save DC?
Or my what?
You don't have to
That's
roll.
boxes
It's
on
just listed, so if you scroll down to where your spells are, they'll say save
Yeah.
DC
12.
Well,
12. So it has to beat a 12.
There's a snowman.
If it
Alright,
doesn't,
this is I'm doing one-handed.
it
Okay.
becomes charmed by you.
There you go.
thank you.
It's
Got it.
popcorn.
I didn't want to stand up for it.
I'm a little tipsy.
Alright.
Feeling it?
Are you?
So-
Me too.
You cast the
Yeah,
spell
I've had
and you
a
can
few.
see the bear kind of like
I've had one.
sniff
Sort
the
of.
air
That
for a
was like
second.
5
And
in
then
one.
it doesn't seem
Like
to look at you
actually-
very angrily, but it does look at the halfling that's on the floor and it kind of snarls a little bit. And it's kind of lumbering forward, but it isn't like charging up. The wolf beside it seems a little bit more on edge. And that's your action. Your turn. You are being pinned down by a wolf.
Do I need to put a 1 by the expended?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna take my action to disengage.
You need to stand up first.
Okay. I'll stand up. Then take my action to disengage. Who's the closest comrade I can get to? Preferably Toes. I like him the best.
Dude, what are you doing?
True story.
The closest would be Yawn in the middle of the bar.
Can I get to Toes?
You can get about halfway to all three of them,
That's kind of cool.
but you won't be able to make it because you have to stand up.
They're more than 15 feet away.
It's across a bar.
Is that Santa Monica?
I mean,
Yes, you know,
that door is
I love that place.
what, about 15 feet away. That's not very far.
So that's gonna get a creature like that.
Can I get behind the
That's a
bar
good trick.
counter?
The bar is even farther.
Oh,
So if they
damn.
succeed a strength saving throw,
Yeah, because you had to go over to the one
Can
door.
I get under a table?
So it's basically like you call it out.
That
and
is
then next time
closer.
you attack,
Christmas
Yeah.
later.
Will I be prone
Huh,
They're
that's
super
cool.
strong.
Dive.
if I'm under?
Oh, okay.
No. If I just crouch under
Whoa.
it.
Oh,
You would just be crouching, you would be lying down.
I'll do that.
Did
I
we?
had to listen to Jurassic
Okay.
Park.
So you just kind of dive underneath the table.
I forgot about
Your
that.
halfling friend that was pounced by a wolf runs away and goes and hides under a table.
I can't believe you forgot it.
Not like lying
Sorry.
down, just kind of crouching underneath it.
What did we do there? Just talk?
Yeah, there's
Anyway, orc turn.
Work needs to leave.
How many of you are here today?
Orc
6.
game.
Hey, I shouldn't feel the
6 including the
Shoot
sheep.
orc game.
Gamlin, go ahead and roll D100 please.
Probably pretty strong, but I don't know.
Got a good hit on
Do I do that again?
You take the two here.
This is a 10, right?
It's already
43.
damn it.
43.
Good job.
Okay.
I thought she was riding race.
I gotta write something down. The orc goes to swing at you and kind of
She was trying to
smacks it into the
rock. I
wood.
thought she was riding
Haha.
races.
What a pleb.
G-Rock.
Write that in.
Crap.
Okay, cool. The wolf that's right next to you goes to bite you and misses. And then the other wolf is walking up, but it doesn't have enough leeway in the door area. The bear's just kind of lumbering towards the front door. That said, your guys' turns.
Wait, clarifying question.
Yes.
The bear lumbering towards, is it a weak friendship spell, or is it just like randomly walking towards us?
So how animal friendship works is basically they have to save against whatever your spell save is. If they fail, they become charmed. A charmed creature can't attack the charmer, you, unless you try to harm it in some way.
Oh, I've never.
And you have advantage on ability checks to interact socially with the creature. In the case of an animal, you would probably have to do something like animal handling, or if you're clever with how you describe it, like performance or...
Those are all skills in the like modded section.
That said, you charmed it, but the halfling on the table did not. So, while you're friends with the bear, she might not be.
He
Spell.
She. Just combine it really terribly. She.
How
There
many
it is.
friends?
That's your pronoun.
Sahi.
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 Sahi, the slaker.
Shahid.
Slaker's an it. It's fine.
So he
Don't
Anyway.
worry about it.
he speaks Swahili.
Swahili.
No, it's Sahili.
Can I get my toes and slap him awake now?
Swahili.
Sahili.
The closest table. You are. Yeah, 25 feet. You should be
I would
able to
like
make
to
it to
do
toes. Go ahead and roll con.
Smell.
Add advantage.
Good.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Slap. There's a halfling standing over you.
Okay, I'm up.
Orc, nasty orc, mini wolves, big bear.
What do you mean?
Help.
So could I have to roll perception, or do I see it in this
Oh,
kind
so he points it out.
So he points it out.
It's gonna
So
happen.
I'm just like, okay, I think we should probably get everyone else up. Do I have a turn this round, or am I done since I just went up?
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a turn. It's half your movement to stand up, and then Jan's right next to you. Ganlin's a little bit more distant. There's a sheep like right by the front door.
Okay, I'll wake up Jan.
All right. How do you
Can
wake
I
up?
be woken up?
Alright, I'm gonna take like a glass
from
of
Everclear
that has liquid in it, and I'm just gonna throw it in his face.
Okay, just splash him.
Roll con.
Jan's gonna smell like alcohol.
Roll.
For the rest of the night.
Acrobatics with advantage to kind of,
Depending on how
or
the
no,
night
sleight
goes.
of hand with advantage to kind of reach over the bar to kind of just grab a liquid of some kind.
Thank God it was with advantage, dude. I have like a bad score to be 16.
16? Alright, you're able to grab like a thing of wine with a pretty easy to grab cork. It's been poured at some point before.
Oh, I thought that was like grape
Dude,
juice.
it tastes like it.
Boy, it is grape juice.
Jan, go ahead and roll con with advantage as you're being waterboarded a little bit with wine.
Roll con.
Yep,
Waterboarded with wine.
With
Blindboarded.
not with advantage.
advantage.
Oh, thank
Advantage.
God. Thank God.
Huh?
What?
I heard.
14.
That figured it. The cheese went.
Leave it that way.
Look up, you drunk idiot. There's bears in the building.
What the fuck are you doing?
There's bears in the building. In an orc. and
Why
I
are
think
there
we're
bears in our building?
I assume.
You look over,
did
there's
it.
an orc, there's a wolf, and then behind those two is another wolf and a bear, kind of like walking up towards the building entrance.
Shit. I stand up with my sword.
Okay, you have a turn, what do you do?
Attack whatever's closest.
You can make it halfway there unless you're dashing.
I'll just wait for it there. I'm like, who are you?
You're not at the entrance, you're like,
It's a bear.
if this is the
Talk to
bar,
all
The sheep talk to the. I don't know if these can talk too.
if this is the bar and this is the bear,
Okay.
you're here.
Okay.
So if you'd like, you can dash, but you wouldn't be able to attack.
No, I'm gonna
Or you can just
stand there
stay there.
just defensively.
Okay. Cool. You can also see that the sheep's unconscious by the door by the elf.
Can I just talk to or try to talk to him and say, who are you?
To
The bear and the wolf? Or what?
there's an orc, there's a wolf, then
Yeah.
behind those two is another wolf and
Yeah.
a bear.
Yeah, okay.
And you're trying to talk to
Well, I guess I'll talk to the orc. That's the most human-like thing.
and you say,
I say, where have you come from, orc?
Oh my gosh! Of all the questions,
I've been passed out
Like in the
this
middle
whole
of being
time.
attacked.
my mama. Where do you think?
I got drunk on Everclear and ass. Don't judge me. I'm not sober yet. I was just rudely awakened.
By more alcohol.
Satan's probably doing about what I'm doing right now. So it's
Yeah, the beer in the face gets me more drunk. I'm like, oh.
he just responds, Boak's Tower, and then tries to swing. Anyway, next up, you've gone.
I won at some
You can
point.
go.
I think so.
You charmed last time.
What have you done?
Yeah. Time to shoot the orc again.
Canceled the
Okay,
stand.
go ahead and roll a hit.
huh?
What?
You canceled the what?
A scan.
It's a 5.
It was happening.
5
Apparently.
Yep.
total?
That sucks.
Wait, do I add it with something?
Yes.
Wait, am I using the 8 or the 20?
20.
Okay. And what am I adding it with?
the number next to longbow, it says 1d20 plus.
7.
So what'd you get?
12.
12?
You are out of college and you just counted on your fingers?
Yes.
I
did
do
the
it
same
too.
thing. Yeah.
I do it at my job.
Justice.
12.
Don't give her a hard
I
time.
took out
That'll hit, roll damage.
What?
Roll damage.
Total.
That'll hit, roll damage.
Oh,
Jan, you're writing all this down, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much damage has it taken?
no. Thank you.
I was like, I don't know. It could be right.
You have it?
No,
You
you're
have it,
definitely
right?
right.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
it's
it's
right here.
behind your bait.
8.
8 damage? Alright, how much damage has it taken? Plus the 8?
The wolf?
Nah,
So
the orc.
The wolf
Orc's
hasn't taken
taken
Orc
it.
guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
14.
shit.
That's wrong.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh.
I'm not correcting
Numbers
you.
on.
Okay.
That's your job.
It was 14. It was 6 and then 8.
Right.
I dealt
From you.
I dealt
Yeah.
16.
Oh.
Ah.
I forgot you hit him.
Then 30.
Keep track of that.
Okay.
You're in charge of it.
Yeah,
so
I
if
dealt
you
full
acc-
damage.
If you
I thought you were
accidentally
gonna
give it-
call out to me when they like.
No,
took damage.
not every time.
Okay,
I'll
got it.
say it when combat starts.
Got it.
Direct your stock into another section. Pay attention.
Yes.
Out of
So-
context, that wouldn't make sense.
I got you.
Anyway,
It's a lot of fucking health
That.
points.
following
How
that,
many health points does the orc have?
About
A
a lot,
lot.
apparently.
Like,
He's
yo,
taking 30.
I mean, it is an orc.
how much does he
30 is a
got?
lot. We start with like 10.
The question is what level?
Well, I mean, I'm at 18.
This is not a.
Oh, that's pretty good
I'm
though.
11.
Yeah, good job.
You must have started your level
Alright.
2.
The orc and the wolf are trying to swing
Got it.
swing and bite at the elf at the door, and they are not having much success. However, with the wolf a little bit more in the building, its wolf buddy is able to approach, and it does manage to bite into you.
Oh dear.
What the fuck?
Good luck, bud.
So, take,
I'm not dying.
that's a lot of damage. Take 9 damage
Ow.
as it manages to bite into your leg, and roll strength as it's trying to tug and pull you down.
How is strength my weakness?
Strength.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Alright. You aren't pulled prone, so you don't collapse to the floor, but you do take that damage.
Do you know what prone is?
I take all 9.
Yes. 9 damage.
Prone is where someone knocks you over and you're on your butt on the floor and can't get up.
On your butt or on your back. Army crawling or not.
So in order,
Yeah.
you get 30 feet of movement. In order to get up, you have to take half of that movement.
You have 35, because you're a wood elf. So you get like just a little bit more. But it's still 15 feet of movement to stand up.
That's fair.
Or 17,
You've
but I'm
been,
gonna
like,
round it down
shouting
because
to
fuck that. Anyway, then it is now your guys' turns. Jan, you are in the middle. Toes, you and Slaker are over by the bar. Ganlin's unconscious, and the elf is being bitten by one of the 2 wolves surrounding it.
Yeah, y'all should help me.
I wanted to
Cool.
bite the elf. I'm gonna go attack the freaking wolf.
There is a wolf in front of that one.
Damn.
Jumps over just to attack.
Yeah, wolf 1, wolf 2. There's bear.
The bear's a friend.
Do we know that?
He's
Has
my
anybody
friend.
You can
made
say
them
that.
aware?
Oh, okay.
You can
would
just say
help.
that out
I
loud.
just said that out loud.
Alright.
Bear is my friend.
Do we hear that above the commotion? Just really that speaking
Yeah, you can
volume.
hear it.
Bear's my friend.
Bear is my friend.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go
Yeah.
great axe.
So
the
don't
orc.
attack him.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
Or else he will attack you. And I can't help you, or else he'll attack
Good.
me.
Will he
and
help
that's
us
not okay.
defeat this orc?
Fuck.
He's orc.
This orc.
He's under my
Defeat the
spell.
Orc Knights.
What the fuck is he on?
Fine.
No.
9 to hit?
Yes, orc.
No.
Yes, and his
New
ass
Jersey.
will walk over here.
You're kind of like thrown back a little bit, kind of
You're
like
one from New Jersey.
rushing on over, like underneath a table in order to get to him in time. That said, who's up next? It's the 4 of you guys. Well, 3.
Grace,
And a
how do you
sheep.
put this back?
In the sheep.
Actually, we just put this over
I'm gonna wake
here.
up Gamma
Florida
too.
sheep?
Thanks.
Wake up,
Yo.
Gamma?
Yeah.
Okay, how would
Easier
you like
for
to
me.
do so? Jan, your face is eerily sticky.
What? Oh,
Oh,
God,
right,
here.
right, I'm gonna grab Gamma's both legs and then just start doing this.
Are you
And then,
wheelbarrowing Ganlin?
and then,
Yeah.
Ganlin, go ahead and roll con advantage.
I like to picture it's your face. This side, that side. This side, that side.
Is that how you're waking
What'd
up?
you get?
16.
16? Yeah, you wake up with toes grabbing your legs and alternating which one he's pulling on.
I just go like, get up, and like start trying to push at him.
Come
Okay.
on, I'm trying to save your life.
What do you want?
There's a bear.
There's the front.
I like that you're whispering. You can very clearly hear.
You phoned me. Because there's a bear.
It's a friendly bear, and there's an orc, and they're.
Is the orc friendly?
No, I don't think so. He's got a big axe.
You can see there's definitely blood on the axe.
He's been hitting some of us.
Well, then why are we standing here talking?
Because
I go off and attack whatever's closest to me.
Okay, are you shooting? Are you trying to melee?
Yeah, melee with my hand axe.
Melee? You're a little distant. It's gonna take a turn.
Okay, I'm gonna start running towards.
Okay, you can make it halfway there, you can make it all the way there, but not attack.
I'll make it halfway.
Halfway? Okay,
Yeah.
you're halfway there.
Me.
Alright, so, who's up next? Who's next?
Some like T-Pain. I attack the orc.
I attack.
Am I close enough now? What's close that I can attack him in this turn?
You can almost make it to the orc. The problem is that he's a little occupied in terms of space. You'd have to like.
Is a wolf
You'd have to like
available to
shove.
attack?
You could attack a wolf.
Preferably
Okay,
the
I'll
one
attack
on my
You'd have to
arm.
shove
Yeah.
an elf or a halfling out of the way in order
Okay,
to
I'll
attack the
get
orc.
the wolf on the elf.
Okay, go ahead and roll a hit.
Yeah, shove the elf out of the way. That's fine.
Fucking hold on.
Fucking
Hey. 19.
19 to hit. Roll damage.
Oh shit. Awesome.
I'm
Which
gonna
dice
roll
do you
with a fucking 8. I need a D8.
Which one's the damage for you? Is it this
The
one?
pyramid, the double
No,
pyramid
the-
one.
Where's that?
This one.
Double pyramid, thank you. I'm just thinking like, one here, one here.
What does it look like? Alright. Hey!
Hey! 13 damage.
13 damage.
Oh, darn.
Alright.
On the wolf on her.
Why'd you roll twice?
What are you using to attack with Cage?
They're the same,
No,
so
which means
doesn't
the
Oh.
What are you using?
Longsword.
Longsword?
Or
Okay,
disadvantage
just
to roll
checking.
twice and take the worst.
Cool. Yeah. Stab. It goes
You have
Oh, okay. I was gonna
and then
say,
falls
I don't
over.
know.
Nice. Okay. Hey.
Erase writes wolf with a singular.
I had wolf 1 and wolf 2, so.
Wolf, is that what you put?
Yep.
Bears. Are you tipsy also?
No.
Between wolf 1 and wolf 2, did either of those take damage?
Wolf 1?
Wolf 1 did? Did it?
No.
I don't think it did.
No.
I don't think they did.
No.
either.
We didn't
No,
do it.
She's
neither
about
of
to,
them-
though.
neither of
I don't
them
know.
did.
You're writing it down. Anyway, wolf 1 dies. Wolf 2 is still up.
Yes.
Okay.
Wolf
Okay,
one's the
we'll
one
call
on me,
it-
right?
Wolf, it doesn't. Wolf,
Both of them
there's
were on
one
you.
wolf.
And the orc. They were all attacking you.
Yes, but Wolf 1 had its teeth in me, right?
Wolf 2 had its teeth in you.
Yeah.
Wolf 1 at one point had its teeth in the halfling.
Okay, I guess that's
Anyway,
it.
you're the last one to go.
Alright, who's closest to me?
You have a wolf and an orc and a dead wolf and a bear.
Are they just as
Bear
close?
is
Like the orc and the wolf just as close?
Yes, they are within 5 feet of you, while the bear is like 10 feet. It seems kind of nonchalant about approaching the door.
That's fair. I'm not about to. I'm not gonna attack my friend. I'm gonna ride off on him once this is over. We're gonna go with attack that orc with the bow.
Finish that
Okay.
bitch off.
Mm-hmm.
Nom.
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 20.
Not 20?
Not 20.
There you go. Alright, so
That's a
roll
definite
damage,
hit.
double it.
No,
Oh,
you're
shit.
good.
Roll
Double.
on.
Here's your
Ah, thank you,
damage.
I keep trying to-
Which weapon? Is that a D8 for
And then
sure?
and I double it and add the.
Add the
You're
mod,
gonna
then
need
double
this.
it.
Ho 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 ho.
Because I'm nice.
7, 8, 9, 10, 20.
20 damage?
Yeah.
To the
Damn.
orc?
Yeah, that bitch is going
I'd
down.
put it at 50.
Okay.
Let's find out.
Is it still alive?
Yes, but it's not doing very well.
Better not be.
Yeah.
Alright,
You got the marker?
so
Emily just stole it.
we have a wolf, we have a bear,
I'll mark it here.
we have an orc. The wolf goes to bite you,
Mm-hmm.
and it much health are you at?
I'm dead.
You're unconscious?
I'm dead.
Watch
Yeah.
if that
So
case.
you're
That's
not-
negative 2.
Yeah, if you hit negative, you're not dead, you're unconscious.
Oh.
I'll tell you how death saves work.
Give me the more.
So, you fall
Oh,
unconscious.
hi,
Oh, you're
marker.
unconscious. Marker. That
Yeah.
sucks.
I know, right?
That's right. You'll be helped eventually.
Take marker.
This is
I
my
don't
sleep.
give you that much.
Yeah.
What the marker
The orc tried to swing at you and missed.
Me?
Orc.
Of course
You
it
are
did.
not an orc.
He's
Boy,
so
You are a
dead.
sloth.
You said the orc tried to sling at you.
No.
Are you talking about me?
Sling.
And then
Tried to
the
sling
bear
at
is
you.
lumbering up.
It's like, here you go.
And following that, it is your guys' turns. The elf has collapsed unconscious as the wolf manages to just pin her to the ground and bite out her neck.
Oh shit.
She did.
So, there's the 4
I'm
of
just
you,
unconscious.
and there's a
Save
sheep
me.
behind
Bite to the neck.
the elf. That is also unconscious.
Yep, I'm gonna great axe the orc.
Okay. So you just rush up and roar. Go ahead and roll hit.
Let's sling.
What was that?
16.
16 to hit, roll damage.
Very nice. And an orc. Let's sling. Very nice.
Wow. 8. No,
Grayson.
6.
8 damage, 6 damage.
6.
Okay.
So what's it at?
56.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Following
she
that-
dealt 20 with her arrow.
I heard that.
Yeah, yeah.
I almost shouted, just go above the halfling's head, but I was in the bathroom.
The rest of you guys, what are you doing?
What's the
I
closest
attacked
one
the-
to me?
Closest one? Probably the wolf.
Can I get at it melee?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. That's 13.
13 to hit?
Yeah.
That'll hit, roll damage.
That's a 7. No. Yes. No.
What, a hand crossbow?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, what did you roll?
I rolled a
Hellsing
1.
that bitch.
What did you add?
6 at first because I was reading
Oh, you got some
1d6.
cool stuff.
And my mind was like 6 plus 1,
Wow.
but
I'll
it's
up to
actually
your
1 plus
village when I
1.
hit
Gotcha.
you
That's
with
okay.
your crossbow.
Grayson, did you write
Where's
that down?
your weapons?
What was it?
2.
2, okay.
Never mind.
To the orc?
To the wolf.
I thought you guys were joking around, so I didn't hear any numbers.
To the orc.
Two
You should be
or-
able to.
To the wolf.
Tell us what run down my balls.
It doesn't work. You have to
Nah,
think
it's
rhythmically.
Take it personally.
Jan and Tills, what are you guys doing?
Raving nice kind of stuff.
I'm gonna attack the wolf that's on her.
Tell all
Okay.
these orcs will fall.
There's also an orc and a bear.
Not the
She's
Don't worry about
almost
her.
dead, so.
You are unconscious.
She's got a
Oh,
wolf
that's
biting
bad.
into her
That's
neck.
Yeah, that's true.
Cut his head off. Use
The,
my
the orc's
scimitar.
pretty
It
fucked
works,
up.
right?
The wolf is still doing
It
good.
does indeed.
Roll it.
Roll the hit, yeah. Which one are you attacking?
Nat 20.
Ooh.
The wolf on her.
Okay, roll damage.
The wolf.
Not 20.
You do
It's
that.
like- sounds
I
like
did
a
a
weird-
D8, yeah.
She
This
has
is
a-
like a weird
That's it.
book, like a self-help
Nat 20.
book.
I was looking
No,
looking at it.
Isn't that the same?
Oh.
Yeah, that's the same
Yeah.
thing.
I'm like nat 20, roll damage. The self-help book.
Alright, 10 damage.
10? Alright, how much
How
has
to
it taken?
succeed at
12.
life. Can I have
12 total?
Can I?
Okay.
Yeah.
You swing into it, and the wolf is down.
Cool.
Why does it have so many different numbers? Do you just
Alright.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Am I close enough to get in contact with the elf?
You
Like on
get in
phone?
Sounds
contact.
weird.
Like
Physical
Hello?
touch. Physical touch, yeah.
You're not
no,
answering.
you can run up, but
Hello?
you wouldn't be able to do anything this turn because you'd be dashing to get to her, or you can run halfway up and then do something else.
I'll just get as close as I can.
As you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just sprint the whole way.
Hairspray.
Cool. Okay.
It really doesn't do much. But it's
Next
about
up,
right.
we've got
Next turn.
an orc
Yeah.
and a bear.
So it's just like whatever's playing.
I'm doomed. Never gonna race.
The bear is lumbering on up,
No.
and
I just
They
on my
are.
side.
That's them.
Yeah. It'll be like pretty much.
I'll remember everything we did tonight.
That's gonna
all right.
So,
Wait, it's blurry.
oh, there's two there. I forgot the certified Jesus.
No, it makes it look like I'm drunk.
Yep.
You
Okay.
roll.
Slaker.
Yep.
How much health do you have?
11,
What's your max health?
Oh,
26.
sorry.
It's a dragon.
Take 13.
Most roll.
But you're not dead, you're just unconscious.
Drugs.
It's good, even better.
The orc slashes straight into the just torso of the halfling.
Oh yeah, Angela! I
I
turn into this as
Oh
I
my
fall
gosh.
unconscious.
I forgot you were here.
Sorry.
Yeah, from a boy this tall into that.
You're like the
So
weird frog
as
thing now.
as I fall, I'm standing, and then by the time I hit the ground, I look like this.
You looked a little cuter at the other thing.
Thank you. For a moment, I forgot there was somebody named Angela in the room.
Wow.
And I just hear you fall unconscious. Or you're like, you're sliced in half. Oh yeah, Angela! Like, what? Wait, are you shape-shifting?
There's another one named Angela. Yeah, you got the Squire. You got Angela.
They're all there.
They're all there.
Would you shapeshift into that like badass
Yeah, he's
chica?
sitting there.
When does it change?
Right, Grayson?
I
Not
mean,
for another
Yeah,
few
he's sitting
days
there.
at least.
that's like a few levels. No.
Okay, is
Takes
it a
a
stuffed
bit. It goes by
animal or?
20,000 meters.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
We're up to
sitting
finish
there.
7 long rest. Right now I'm at 2.5.
Okay.
It's like a few
You
years
got a
though.
Google images for me?
It's like your stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, so right now I'm 36 years old, but that's only a day and a half.
Grayson, the bear is approaching you and goes to swing, but you're just
Yeah,
barely
go.
able to
2 days.
bounce it off of your shield.
Cool.
Following that, it is your guys' turn. First, Angela, make a death save. So, roll a
Okay.
d20, no mods.
This does not count. I'm just testing my dice.
You're not up to death save anyway.
No.
What'd you get?
4?
4? Alright, so under your health, there's a little box tally that says death saves and life.
Yeah? Was that a failure?
Yep, 1 failure.
Oh.
Figured.
So, if you hit all 3, your character dies.
Oh.
Is how it works. If you get a nat 1, you check 2 of those boxes. If you get a nat 20, you stand up and you have 1 HP. If you get 10 or more, you get 1 success.
Okay.
So that's how that works. Because 5e is nice. Thank you, 5e. Wow.
Jordan!
Wow.
Excuse me, I drank it and then it was fine and then it started.
Jordan spilled beer on your carpet.
Jordan's beer spills.
Real
Beer.
beer.
Did you suck
You're
the
gonna be
beer out
cleaning it up.
instead of pour it? 'Cause that causes carbonation.
I didn't bring a suck.
No, I poured it though.
Alright.
Because if I.
Thanks, Mrs. Science.
Well, she did major in chemistry.
I did.
Sure did.
That and I, drank a lot in college.
Guess who's preemptive?
No, it's because of the chemistry degree.
Yeah,
Angela.
definitely.
Guys,
part
most
is
people
down,
hit
man.
21 at
Most
some
people.
point in college.
I like how this one shot isn't even gonna leave the bar by the time we're done tonight.
No.
We haven't even done anything.
Anyways,
We got really drunk and then got into a fight.
it's your guys' turn.
I've got sheep
Par for
men
the
to
course
save.
It was
of this
like-
group, though.
The last time I was in Fort Collins.
You're gonna what?
That's what happened.
I said I've got sheep men to save, so I'm
Oh
gonna
my
attack
God.
the boar.
Cheap man, dude.
You know, you could wake up the sheep. The sheep is unconscious because he drank.
Oh, it is magic.
Yeah, underneath me though.
Probably
I
close.
landed dead
Jordan,
on
you
him.
got
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Nah,
But he was my pillow.
you dropped him and then were shooting. Like you're like kind of on him, but not.
Maybe like a hoof.
Fine.
Yeah, you aren't
I'll
like
take a hoof.
pinning him down with your unconscious body. Anyway, what are you guys doing?
Nothing.
I think John's
Just
attacking
let
the
you
orc,
go.
right? Right on? Jordan? Nope. I almost said Jordan because it's close to Jan. Grayson?
Huh?
You're attacking the...
Jordan
Yes.
yawn.
Yeah,
Sorry,
let's-
Jan.
you're a yawn. Yeah, I'm
This
attacking.
orc is still standing?
Okay, yeah, go do your thing.
Yeah.
What level orc is it?
Fucking.
Challenge rating 2.
What do I add to that?
I think
Plus
sounds right.
plus 5.
Chunk.
16.
16 to hit.
Yeah.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Big chunk.
Give me that.
I also
Okay.
like weakened his actual stats.
What the
so,
Just it's that one, bitch.
his actual one is
It's the lighting.
CR2 and his armor
3.
class is 14.
No, spatially,
So
spatially impaired. 8.
8 damage.
8 damage.
How much does it take him?
62.
62? Okay, still standing.
Oh my god.
If
My
only
God.
there was something the paladin could do after swinging and successfully hitting with a melee attack.
There's a
Like Divine
thing.
Smite.
Is that after or before?
You can, literally, you can roll that anytime you hit.
Can I do it now?
That's awesome.
As long as it's a melee. Can you?
I'd like to, yes.
Okay, yeah. If you would like to. And
Please
you
tell
do.
me how to execute this.
Yeah. Pull up Divine Smite and look it up. Meanwhile, other
I need a
people, what are
thing.
you guys doing?
How close am I to the squire and
I
to
don't have that on
the...
there, I guess.
You are halfway to both of them.
I'm looking it
You're
up.
halfway to both of
Thank
them.
you.
Yeah. So you can get into melee range
Search
with
Divine
either.
Smite.
I did, and this is what it brought.
Okay. Due to dedication, I'll be running to the squire and I'll be like, oh shit. I'll run over there.
That's it.
Then I will put both hands on and then I will cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Okay. Grayson, what'd you do with the dice?
It's right there.
No, the other one. I got it.
Oh, I
Sorry,
don't
I got this.
Yeah, you have it.
There's also this one.
Is this orc music from Lord of the Rings?
No. This is from World of Warcraft.
Wait, 6.
6?
Yeah.
Take 6 HP.
Are your hands still on me?
Yeah, they have to be.
I'm going to grab them.
Okay. And then go, square. It's cool.
Squire!
No need to
Let's
put it
go.
down. We're awake
I'm
now.
also going to lick one of them.
Okay. This is probably going to lead to something painful. Just going to pull my hands away. But you're good.
Alright.
No. Is it my turn?
You were looking up Divine Smite?
Yes. So 2d8 for it's a first level spell, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can add a d8.
And it's
For
not
higher
undead,
levels.
and it's not a fiend.
No.
Or it's
Fiends
not
are
fiends.
devils.
Okay.
Well,
Extra
fiends
damage.
are from hell.
7 extra damage. That puts it at 69.
69?
More than
It collapses.
Yeah.
No, it's not because it was at 69. It's because it
Uh-huh.
needed
I hope it's better.
It has 67 health. Anyway, yeah, the orc falls to the ground after you smite it with holy power.
And got smoted.
Anyway, remember, Divine Smite is an amazing ability. Same with Lay on Hands.
It is.
Grayson, know how to play Paladin. I highly recommend it.
I'm
So this one
brand new.
time-
It's really good.
We were playing the boss of the whole campaign, and the
I didn't
paladin,
think we'd need it. I was like, he's gonna be dead in 2
Listen.
turns at the most.
Bro,
and the paladin went
Not
to divine
died
smite.
once.
Hold on.
because you lay on hands because you know how your class works. You could have not
Yes, I'm
died.
This one time we were playing the final boss the entire campaign.
Yeah,
The
but
paladin went to divine smite, rolled a natural 20, dealt over 156 hit points.
Oh my god.
And this boss only had like 150 or something like that, but we had already done half damage to her, so she just dropped dead on the spot.
Hell
something-
yeah.
That's how you end the campaign, with divine smite.
Another
I
thing,
can picture it now, just
another
eyes
example
glowing,
of
the
like
whole room gets dark.
Yeah, another thing I can also recommend is I've played with Oath of Redemption for Paladin, and something they have is Channel Divinity Rebuke the Violent, which is if somebody deals damage to you or one of your friends, you can just deal half of it right back in its face with Holy Light. Oh my god, we got attacked by a dragon, it crit, it dealt like 100 damage to one of my friends, he almost died, and then I went, bitch, and he took like 50 right in the face, and then he ran away, because he was like, oh shit, it was awesome. So, I highly recommend, you know what your spells do,
When your attack rolls
this
a
is
natural
very
20,
helpful.
I do know, but I
double the
didn't think it'd be
damage.
that helpful.
It's
Okay.
very helpful.
Gotcha.
I mean, heck, you guys don't have a lot of
I
health.
can
Healing
use
at
a
any
cipher.
point
True.
For
is
a while.
really good.
Appreciate that.
Nobody's gonna tell me that.
Sure is.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Critical means you roll a nat 20 and it doubles the damage.
Alright, I'm gonna. Can I use? Do I still have a turn left or no?
No,
Which is
you
what
attacked.
this paladin
Unless you're
did
doing
on
something with a
Smite.
bonus action.
Is healing a bonus action?
Depends on the heal, maybe.
Can I use lay on hands?
That's an action.
Okay.
That one I knew.
Alright.
Whose voice was that?
No one noticed.
No, it was not.
They're
Look,
here.
I'm the DM. I have to channel the inner bad guy at some point.
That wasn't a bad guy.
I was
Yeah,
just
guys,
interested.
It's just like
That
one of
was
those.
like.
Are you
awkward
gonna drink
minion
your
ones.
beer or just talk through the bottle?
Do both.
So who's up next?
Is it me to see if I live?
No, you already rolled one.
I'm gonna light one of my wooden ninja stars on
Not
fire
yet.
and throw it at the orc.
Okay, Naruto.
You're gonna light on fire.
You
How
have
slow?
ninja stars?
I'm gonna light.
She carved wooden ninja stars when she had a couple of hours to kill. Literally, that's how it happened. Was she was just like, can I like make shurikens? Sure. Go ahead and roll survival. So she just whittled wood until she had shurikens.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass. I'm about it.
I'm
I think that's the
gonna
only
light my
person
torch
that's-
and put it
Meanwhile,
onto
I
the.
got everyone drinking
Action to
water.
light the torch. You know what? I'll say that's a bonus action. F it. Okay.
Okay.
You light it on fire
Uh-huh.
and you throw it at
The orc.
the orc is down.
Oh. Okay.
A
Is
wolf.
there anything left to attack?
There's a bear
That's not. We're not supposed to
in
attack
the
that.
doorway.
Okay, then I'm just gonna hold on to my flaming ninja star.
I mean, you could just light the torch and then be like ready to, and then be like,
Okay, then I'll just hold my lit torch and
Set the
just
whole
show it.
place on fire.
it is a wooden
Is this place
establishment.
even real?
This is a wooden establishment. I wouldn't say you can't, but I don't know if I'd recommend it when the door is blocked by a literal bear.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Okay.
You can throw it at the bear if you want.
She's 6'9".
Just saying. He's
You
only
could throw it
my
at
I
the
don't want to start a fight with it.
Befriend beast to concentration spell.
No. It lasts for 24 hours, but it only lasts
she
for
still
one
down?
person.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
only
she's
for
down.
me.
Okay, so instead of that, can I?
Do you still light your torch?
No.
Okay. Clarify.
Well, that's gone.
Beautiful.
Important questions.
Yeah, no. I want to go over to her and cast Cure Wounds.
You made it halfway before. Yeah, okay. So go ahead and roll.
Okay.
You don't have to roll the hit, you have to roll the amount healed.
Cure wounds. It'll bring back to life.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You have wounds, and she cures them.
Yeah, D8.
She's not wrong.
A wound.
I guess I couldn't decipher that part.
If I were to go by druid healing in World of Warcraft, you get enveloped by like some green magic awesomeness.
Well, am I then conscious, or are my wounds just healed and I'm unconscious?
You are conscious.
Yeah, you're back.
Ah, see that.
The only time that you can be healed but remain unconscious is by something that stabilizes you, which is usually a medicine check type thing, or something like Spare the Dying is another one, where you just kind of, you're not bleeding out, but you're not awake.
Yeah.
I should use it more.
Anyway,
8.
8, take 8 HP as
Oh,
Ganlin goes over and touches your shoulder, and
like 8 in total, or do I have to minus that?
you are
2
now
out of it?
at 8. Yeah. The only time negatives apply are if you take enough damage to instantly die. So your max health is 18.
Yeah.
If you took twice that in the negative, you instantly
Absolutely
die.
not.
Negative 36, that's an instant death, and you don't get any saving throws, and you have to roll up a new character.
Yeah. That happened-ish to the bird, but the bird was cursed to turn into a were-rat.
I don't know.
It happens
So-
twice to the
Were-rat?
bird, actually.
Yeah, it's like a werewolf, but
Yeah.
they're way, way creepier and more organized than werewolves are. Anyway, werewolves are just terrifying. Were-rats are like
But hey, on the plus side,
manipulative.
at least she doesn't look like this.
Yeah.
True.
It's like more like a rat. It's like that, but like a rat.
Yeah, this is what the squire looks like right now. Yeah.
No longer a handsome young boy.
That's the fear of losing my arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look over and there's just a giant red frog man.
Dead on the floor.
Can I
Oh no,
poke
I'm
her
him?
up.
alive.
Can I poke him?
I mean,
I'm
you can if you
standing.
like.
Yeah, I'd like to do
There's
that.
also a bear.
Oh, but he's my friend.
He's your friend.
Yeah, exactly. He's
You
my
might not be
friend.
friends with other people.
Wait, can I go and like go and hug the bear? You know, just to establish dominance over the fears.
Roll
What's the
persuasion.
game called again?
Roll persuasion. And you get advantage because you have animal friendship.
Animal friendship.
It's a spell.
I know, it's
cast it.
great.
I cast it. Where's persuasion?
Persuasion nuggets under.
Oh, sure. The flame,
Wow.
sure.
So you just get
Yeah.
minus one on whatever you roll.
3.
Oh.
Guess that didn't go over too well that time.
With advantage?
Oh, you get to roll twice.
Oh!
I'm like,
Try again. Look at that one.
what was the first one?
So
Not
advantage.
20!
Oh,
but,
shit.
but it's 19 with the minus 1. So.
Oh, still
What?
not.
Nat 20,
Not
you don't
20.
add any mods.
That 20 is you roll the dice and it says 20.
It
It's
does say 20.
It's a
Yeah.
that's
But I
so
don't
that's
know if
fine.
like that minus, you know,
No,
that
no,
like
no,
takes it
no.
away.
Nat 20. Is
and that 20 is like a
Nat
success
20.
no matter what.
Yeah, in my
Swag.
games. In some D&D games.
So
it depends
advantage
on
is
the
you
player.
roll twice and take the best score. Disadvantage is you roll twice and take the lowest.
You get
Oh.
spooked
Yep.
there.
Yep. So,
So I get to hug the bear?
so you
So-
walk up, you hug the bear.
The bear
and it
hugs
goes,
back.
So,
Oh, It's this giant warm embrace.
Bear hug, if you will.
Aw.
And
Yeah,
it just kind of lets out a little.
Aw.
And then after you're done hugging, it just kind of sits down at the front door.
I'm about that.
Anyways,
Oh, I should have hopped on his
Do
back.
we have a guard bear
What was I
now?
thinking?
I hope so.
Got a guard sheep.
I mean, we shared a moment.
Bear's friend.
so the lot of you are in this bar that the orc, some wolves, and a bear that has now become your friend attacked with an unconscious sheep on the floor. What do you guys do?
More drinks?
Can I use lay on hands
Sounds
on
good.
her?
You can, sure. How much health are you healing?
Wait, is the
Uh,
orc
Well, I'm
unconscious?
still 10
The
below
orc-
my max, so might as well go
Temple.
all the up.
That's a cold
Is
temple.
that?
How much can I
Is
use
it?
again?
Yeah. Hmm?
How much can I heal again? Is it like twice your level?
Well,
It's on
what's
you.
your level?
2.
It's 5 times your level.
5, thank you. 5 times level.
Yep. And you can choose exactly how many of those points you would like to give.
Yes, so, yeah.
Total of 10, but you can go 1 through 10.
Where did that come from?
Can I
It's been on my
eat the
chair.
orc?
You can
Can
try.
you?
I'd like to eat the orc.
Is anyone stopping
No.
the
No,
frog
you
man
go
from eating
for
him?
it.
I'm-
You
I
eat
just
that.
stand
As
there.
opposed to like maybe the wolves.
Yeah, the wolves
Also
sound
true,
tastier,
but-
but like, you know, you go orc.
Probably a reason.
You're not
There's
orcs
no
are like
thinking
made up
involved
of,
in
like-
this process.
Yeah.
Orc. I'm going straight for the orc.
Alright, but it's
Okay.
all made of like sludge and hatred.
Slicker likes all
How,
that stuff.
how does the orc taste?
It's a frog card.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
You like orc?
Hold on
No.
one second.
No,
Yes,
no.
please.
You're discussing how
The frog people.
frog people you'd probably like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Given that you like my burn. Was I burn at the time? What was the ash you taste? Oh, that was me. Yeah, no, yeah.
You tasted like ash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost had his tail to barbecue, but it's fine.
Oh, I
It was
don't know how to
mostly
eat his tail.
When
I
you
tried
don't
to chop
Is
it
your
off.
tail back on?
Yeah, it's like
Fully?
attached, sewn on.
I tried to
It was
chop it
most-
off. I
was
got
almost
3/4 of the
done.
way through.
Wow. Did you have to heal your own tail?
No,
Or someone do that
somebody
for you?
else was putting it together.
Oh, that was sweet of them.
Yeah, but he tasted it.
Oh, that
Ashy and burnt. I don't know.
burnt. You burnt
We
it.
may
Like
or
a
may
nice
not have a
barbecue.
guest appearance besides Angela.
What?
Oh.
What? Wow. Anyway.
cool.
What was I typing? Yeah.
Typing. We went.
Even bigger class reunion.
Referring to
Who's coming in?
I don't know, he just said someone, guest
He
appearance.
doesn't tell us
Tonight?
how it was.
No,
He
it's
just
very
said-
fun.
Harry
He
Potter.
just said
Is
you
that
were.
not Angela?
No, it's Jimmy Buffett.
No.
Margarita.
I thought Angela was the surprise
That'd be
guest.
cool.
That's
There's
it.
another one.
Wasn't Jimmy Buffett?
Why
Like
did you
tonight?
put your invite to my house?
Where's your?
Wait, did you know I
I
was
hope
coming?
you
No!
know you know
I
I'm
No,
sure
I
you're
literally
was
right.
went-
gonna ask Jordan to be like, Emily knows I'm coming, right?
I
But
literally.
I just
I'm
assumed
okay
he
with
told
it.
you.
No,
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 I
no.
literally I showed up and went, hey, we may or may not have a guest appearance tonight.
And then
Yeah.
you walked
And then
in,
you
so I was
walked
like,
in.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we may or may not
I
have
thought they
another
knew.
guest
No.
appearance that wasn't
Tonight?
Angela.
It's already like
It's
I
like
know,
already past my
right?
bedtime.
Anyway, so
Same
Really?
goes.
Funny hard.
Oh man.
The frog man is eating the orc. I mean,
I'm
He
too
already know how
curious.
to push the
It's
buttons.
it's
Yeah,
very,
I'm I'm curious who it is.
it is very kind of fecal mattery. It's not
Oh.
very, it's not very appealing to taste.
Gross, then I'm going to the wolf.
The wolf tastes more like raw flesh, so that's a
Oh,
general
nice
bonus.
snap, that.
Anyway, while the frog man is literally eating people, what are you guys doing? There's an unconscious sheep man.
I'm gonna get my sheep friend
Okay.
conscious.
Alright, how do you do so?
Of all the
Ooh,
little
I've talked to it.
stories that-
Poke him and
Just kind of shake him awake?
yeah.
Good, alright.
No, I think you're gonna have to speak to it. Wake it up.
I've woken up many sheep before.
Speak to the sheep.
I will
God.
not speak to the sheep first.
You hear up, what,
The wolf.
what, hello?
They know not
It's a
to
sheep.
not to worry. Danger has passed.
Oh,
You have an orc and multiple wolves that were following you.
And a bear.
Yeah, I definitely
Is
do.
that to the sheep?
Dead.
No,
he
it
looks
was.
over and he actually like
Squire.
goes over. You guys see the
It was to
sheep.
yawn.
You see the sheep walk over to the orc's body and like put a hoof on it, like to see if it's alive, and you can hear it just go. He's like, damn it, that costs like 40 gold.
What?
Oh.
You hear it costs like 40 gold. The rest of you hear like a
What cost
disappointed
40
Bob.
gold?
Well,
You
we'll
hear
find
a
out.
disappointed.
Yeah, but what happened to the sheep? What was he saying?
That's what the sheep was saying.
We
You
don't hear it.
So
because
sheep
you
man said-
hear. There's only one person that knows how to speak with the animal.
Well, no, I know that, but like, what was he upset about? What happened? I missed something.
Oh, he's poking the orc.
Yeah.
Oh.
And goes.
Oh, the orc cost 40?
Yeah, I
Yeah, but
guess.
you don't know that.
We don't
Yeah,
know.
you don't know.
Gold.
Ignore the 40.
Only Jan knows, and Jan doesn't know why yet.
So there are also things Angela
It
will
costs like
know
40 gold.
that Alwyn will not know. And so if you let that affect Alwyn's decisions, that's called metagaming, and it's highly frowned upon.
Not allowed.
Fair enough, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Most of the time, I think players are good about knowing what is or what isn't, but if ever there were a moment, I would call it out.
That's
She's
good.
over to Nicolay.
Is that your guest friend? Is it
I am
Sarah?
wrong.
No, it's not Sarah.
Okay.
I wish.
Don't do that.
One
I'm
day.
trying to draw the
One
earth.
day.
I'm
I'll send her a
not doing
snap.
Very well.
Do it.
Be like, guess where I am?
I'll smile. Hold on. Hold on.
Scary.
Do a full like snap video.
I know it's a video, but I'm gonna keep smiling.
Why are we doing a video?
We're sending it to Sarah Saddle
Why are we doing that?
See,
She's
girl.
coming over.
to
Oh.
convert her. No, it's not.
Let's
Too much
not
screen time.
convert it.
Like, okay, that's enough. Stop.
Oh my
No,
god.
she's
Not like
over
that
overseas.
one, just like a little
She's
extra long,
overseas.
get that like
She's not
look of like
invited.
awkward, like why is she still there?
Okay.
That's pretty funny.
It's gonna be disappointing.
Alright.
I say
That's the
disappointing.
I'll tell them you said that once they get
Well, we
here.
have it all on video.
Well, it's not like a.
They'll walk in and
It's
I'll
not
be
like a
"Oh,
real surprise
how
guest. It's only
disappointing."
like a half surprise guest.
Is it
Anyways,
Cameron
Is it
or
Dan?
David?
maybe.
Is it me?
Is it Connor?
It's Nick.
It's Nick the whole time.
Whoa!
To quote Nick,
I don't
Oh,
think we'd be
shit.
disappointed if it was Connor.
No, Connor would be wonderful.
Maybe from Canada.
Come
That'd be
on.
crazy.
We were Skyping him with
Crazy.
Connor in order to get
Oh.
him to join, but he plays a lot of D&D, and he's like, I'm burnt out. I've played too much.
That's
Yeah,
I
fair.
need like a couple months.
That's fair.
At first, I thought it was dumb.
I gave him one of my shurikens.
Just with how you set it down, I was like,
Isn't it cool?
Sure it
that's
is.
pretty awesome.
It's the coolest.
Yeah.
One of my ninja stars.
Oh.
That's very important to get.
Sorry, I didn't know that was
If you
That was
ever
the
want
most-
a 3D modeled character design dude, I know people that know how to 3D print.
I do too. It's fine.
I
This was
know
$10.
how to
I'll stick
3D
with
print.
this.
That's
Just don't
fair.
have a 3D
It's
printer.
usually like
I used to have access
5
to
or
one
10.
and never used it.
I have access at
I
school.
think
That's
it's
a
pretty
shame.
close
Should've
though,
used.
honestly.
I didn't
Pretty
really
yourself
don't know what
Um,
I could make. Like,
That me too. I
We
wouldn't know
could have
what to
made it
make.
literally.
Anyways, there is a bear,
Made yourself.
Right.
there is a sheep, and there's the lot of you. What are you guys doing?
Eating a wolf.
You're halfway into a wolf.
Oh, can I skin it and keep the skin?
Oh, yes.
Well,
Keep
I
it out.
mean, for what part of the skin is left at this point? You
Well,
kind of blood frenzy it.
Yeah, I
There is
haven't
another
dice-
wolf.
Oh, I'm gonna skin the other wolf.
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead and roll
put them on like a
survival.
hood.
Gannon
Roll
wants the bear's
survival.
head.
Head, you know.
The bear is
I
alive.
watch,
I know.
watch shows.
Go ahead and roll
5.
perception.
What? Wait, what am I roll?
Roll
Just to
perception.
see if you notice anything.
5.
Yeah.
Well, you got like part
19.
of its flank decently. 19. You hear Gamlin go. Gamlin wants the bear skin.
Oh fuck no. Leave my bear alone.
Gannon wasn't going to.
God, he's-
Bear's friend.
Bear's fine. Do you not see
Uh,
that warm embrace?
Yawn.
Should I
Will
skin
you
the
help
sheep
me?
next?
So, will you help?
Who are these orcs and wolves?
Jan is talking to the sheep again.
Jan loses.
Yeah, he sucks.
I hired the orc. I don't know who the bear and the wolves are.
Hired for what?
No.
Why did they attack?
Well,
I'm
originally,
kidding.
the orc was a bodyguard,
You're gonna
but
with
I
your
have a
foot
feeling
on
my
the
apprentice hired him off since I disappeared meaning I turned into a sheep.
Ah,
No.
So,
No.
you know,
No.
that's rough.
No. That's not even worse.
cost you 40 gold, but you are alive.
Grab it. That's just the middle of my foot. Grab
It
it.
did.
The sheep has
I'm very
money.
happy about it.
Grab it. Grab it.
Yeah, was this going
Grayson,
green you're
grab
talking
it.
about?
Yeah, Jan's got
This
gold.
thing.
The sheep's got gold.
It's
Between
not
my
reaching.
feet.
Let's go find that gold.
Hearing the lot of
It's
you say
between my
that,
feet.
That's
Nice
not.
right there.
What?
What are you talking
You
about?
good? You good to drive?
I thought I had it between my feet.
You did.
No.
That's why when you said grab with your hands, I'm sorry.
so
I dropped my thing.
when Jan says that, the two of you respond with the gold, and the sheep like perks up, and he's like, "Gold? I have gold. I have lots of gold to spare. I will pay you or owe you a favor. I am a very powerful wizard."
Power.
He says to you,
And what do you need? Rescue from this apprentice, right?
I would prefer that you know, maybe off him, or at least at minimum
Maybe
take
off
the
him.
wand from him. That would be preferable.
How difficult would this be to disarm him with this wand? Is he powerful?
I mean, not to brag, but
You did that on purpose.
I'm not
Yes,
terrible.
you did.
He is a sheep. Don't say that.
No, don't start.
Don't say that.
From waiting.
Yeah, close in here. Last time you went on your stupid animal talking trip, we got attacked by a bunch of shit.
Well, let me
Yeah, so
explain.
what's going on?
Yeah.
Back to that 40G.
Yeah, a lot of gold here.
This
Yeah.
man, my sheep friend,
But the sheep man.
previously a man, a powerful wizard, a very rich man, in fact.
Oh, okay.
His apprentice
Yeah.
was attempting to kill him.
Is this a vision?
That orc was originally his bodyguard,
Or a
paid
dream?
off
Pretty
by
shitty bodyguard.
paid off by the apprentice to kill him.
Yeah, I paid him a lot.
Paid him a lot.
Jan?
Yeah, and where
I
can
will
we
help
get
to
this,
get-
his gold?
Jan, you
Yeah,
become
just
a
give me
He's
great
a
some
powerful
wizard.
man. He'll pay us or either owe us a large favor,
Well,
I'm gonna
what
walk
do we
over
gotta
to the
do?
cash register and see
Or
if there's any
both.
gold in there.
or both, gold
There's
and a
another
favor.
cash
What do we
register.
gotta
Not
do
at the
there?
bar? There's no place
This
to
is
keep money.
not the
Let me get this
Preferably
like 20s.
his
Okay, wherever they keep
apprentice
the money,
or
Yeah,
disarm him
like the
of
safe
his
or
his
wherever they
wand.
keep the money.
Probably
Easy
like
enough.
a sack wherever the barkeep
Easy enough.
You
lives.
saw these men try
Which
to
is
kill
not at the
us
bar.
Yeah, they're
and the
pretty weak.
sheep,
Could be.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, could be, but probably not. What?
I didn't say anything.
Then can I take a
That's
bottle of
Being
full
discussed over here.
No, they're
alcohol
just talking
and
about
shove it in my
the
bag?
objective.
You can?
Mostly going to and getting, retrieving said wand and killing said things. That's mostly what they're talking about.
Having fun.
Yeah. Oh, fudge.
John, just give me the strict numbers here. When you had a divine intervention, are we making cash or are we?
Were we? Indeed, we are receiving financial compensation.
I can
Alright,
give
now-
you a favor or pay double.
What kind of sheep has
Double of.
Double what the orc had.
We need
Yeah.
I
more.
guess 80 gold. Is that per piece or
Total.
total?
Yeah, I'm bargaining
Ooh,
harder.
gold.
Also, like,
80 gold between the lot of us,
That
and
seems
that's
a little low.
it's a lot
You
of
killed-
money.
5 of
You
us.
killed the orc. Like, clearly I overpaid him.
Do we have search the orc?
Okay.
Okay, Slaker will search the orc.
You were by the.
Who's closest?
Wait, yeah, you're by the bar.
Well, if there wasn't a cash register, then I probably wouldn't have gone over to the bar. Okay.
Because you were trying to take liquor, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Also, roll investigation at disadvantage. You don't necessarily know what's good or bad.
Probably not.
You say like a calculator?
Calculator.
Like that does have a specific sound.
Calculator.
Does it?
Yes. I can.
Three? You grab. You look at the labels. You're like,
Use a lot of calculators.
grab one and
I do a lot
go.
of math.
This is good. And put it in your pocket.
You know, casual.
this is good.
That's how about it. How
All
it
right.
was when I
Yeah,
started.
you
out.
grabbed the bottle. Anyway, so the lot over yonder. What are you guys doing?
Okay, I'm gonna talk to Jan.
Did you
Jan,
find gold on him?
Yeah.
She was gone.
Sahi's by the barn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So we're gonna.
Sicky.
I'm gonna try to make it stick.
Yeah.
Somebody search the orc. If there's money, we're probably gonna give
Consider
money.
that in advance, and is that
Yeah.
enough to convince you of this?
Well, one condition. If we don't get 80 gold, since you're on a trip right now, I just want to know. Would you pay me? Are you gonna give me 80 gold?
I do not
What
have
is
80
so
gold. I'm
fair?
seeking this quest in search of 80.
Well, yeah, but if I waste my time, what do I get guaranteed?
Toes.
What, yeah.
What is
You've seen
On
what this
a
man can
trip.
do. He's a sheep
It's like when you
speaking to
drink
me.
a lot, except like better.
Before I drank that vile concoction, I spoke to a sheep. This man can
Yeah, I
clearly.
understand that.
This man can probably transmute
You
gold
did.
of whatever he
No,
wishes.
you drank.
He can clearly create gold of whichever he wishes.
You're saying-
I'm certain he will pay.
What's up with the sheep? How can the sheep create gold?
Yeah, he's
Sheep
just
is a
a sheep.
magician.
If the sheep is a
And
Once
if
we
he's
magician,
a
trans-
magician, why didn't he
once
just
we
turn back
turn
into
himself
a
back into a
Yeah.
sheep.
Because I'm a sheep.
Sheep man, can you transform yourself back with your?
With the wand.
He can transform himself back, and then you can transmute
Then
gold
do
in
it.
whatever you wish, I suppose.
Probably.
And you have reserves of gold.
Maybe.
It's not
Yes, he can do
maybe,
it.
it's
I'll tell you
Alright.
later.
Then why doesn't he do it? Like,
And not
What's this?
later.
He
It's
cannot wield a
later.
wand.
It's
Oh,
not
he needs a
everyone.
wand.
It's some
Yeah.
else.
seems a little
Should be every
fishy.
age.
It's not we need.
Look, he's like not a legit
Right.
sheep. He's only part sheep.
Getting more sheep like every day.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
known you to be reckless, except for that one time you were in a lightning storm in full armor.
Wait, I have a quote for this.
Indeed, I'm generally
The
not.
iron rod is pushing the rock. Would anyone like to go with me? I will take the dragon child and put it inside the moose.
Don't worry about it.
Welcome to D&D. This is how it be. Welcome to Good Burger. Can't take your order.
Alright, yeah, let's go check some orc pockets and get the hell out of here.
Alright, go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay.
Investigating.
Yeah. Kind of patting that.
Is that
Alright, Jan, you better roll too.
Is he a
Angela.
car?
Can I help look? I'm gonna help
Okay.
look.
The pot
Sure.
thing in front of my
Yeah.
house.
You,
Shit.
what'd you
Could've
roll?
left. I don't know.
I got a 9.
Right then.
9?
I got it, man.
Okay.
You're gonna
Well,
find
with
gold.
the 9, you
It's hard
find a
to
great
tell.
axe and you find
Can't see
14
anything.
gold.
Ooh.
Like in one pocket.
There's
There was
gold.
someone.
Very good. We'll split it amongst ourselves.
Ourselves
Well, I mean,
then.
I found it.
Ourselves, right?
Indeed, you were casualty in this battle.
Oh, come on, don't be sharing the gold I just found. You don't even know, man.
That's so sad. I just heard it. Now follow
Priest
on.
man.
You didn't even save me. Son of a
The
bitch.
two of you just hear a very loud
I
clang.
indeed saved you from the wolf that
Ah,
is on
it's
your
you
neck.
did. He didn't.
Indeed.
No, they don't.
Holy man, I demand you hand over the
Toes and
gold.
Alwyn, the two of you hear a very loud Jan, you hear, I'd like a refund. He didn't do his job very well.
All we found was 14 gold, not 40. Consider it an advance.
Hold on, are you giving the gold to the sheep now? What's going on?
No.
No, he didn't.
I told him.
It's
I
a
told him
one.
consider it an advance on our payment.
Well, don't do that either. This is fresh gold.
Yeah,
man.
that-
Right,
this
it's
is
an advance.
nothing.
This is
No.
just a
No,
bonus.
this
You're gonna have
is bonus.
it better be a
a
bonus,
bonus.
not an advance.
No, this is not part of the payment.
It's
Okay?
always
Okay, okay.
How many people are
A
alone?
bonus.
What's 14 divided by?
Go ahead and roll
What did
perception.
David here for us?
5.
Perception?
Yes, yeah.
I get the most.
I rolled.
Yeah.
I rolled a 16. For
16?
perception.
Anybody else?
Oh, sorry, y'all.
Or is it
I need
rolling?
to use
It's up
those
to
dice.
individual discretion.
I will roll for whatever.
Actually, you know what, Nick?
Oh, shit.
You're counting money. You're busy.
Okay.
What are we rolling for?
Perception, if you like.
Perception.
Can I?
If you'd like. The only one who can is Nick.
I got my 13.
13.
Computer turn on.
Alright.
Computer
I figured that's
19.
gold.
Why don't you
19.
turn on?
Is perception under charisma?
Wisdom.
Oh shit. Then I don't know. Turn on computer?
Angela.
Piano.
Is your
Give me a
computer plugged in?
Hey, kid.
No, and
Oh,
it
computer.
just sleeps.
I'm glad you got
tired.
Wait, I think it's cherry.
I didn't know.
Whatever it
Don't
is.
give her
I think
Alright.
it's cherry coke.
We're going with perception.
pork chop
Yes.
sandwiches. Oh shit. Get the fuck out.
14.
14? Alright. 14, you
I
don't
I
roll.
don't skate, but I want.
Grayson, what you get?
16.
16,
13.
13, and Slaker's doing a thing.
Side,
How are you distributing the gold?
All right.
We'll go to that since you were counting.
I use professional accounting. There's 14. There's
Roll.
an odd number of us.
Roll it. No. Don't.
I'm a king. I get taxed. Also, I have a group. Listen, you're fine. We're all gonna get 3, and then you're gonna get 2. Listen, if you talk to the rest of the group, I'm sure they'll agree with it.
I can put this bear on you.
That is a
That's
fair
a sentence
point.
if I ever heard one.
We'll discuss further payment later. Listen, it's not gonna even out. The sheep's got more gold. I'm sure he could dig out one extra one to hook you up later.
Meanwhile,
Better be able to.
the rest of you, while Toes was figuring this all out. By the way, Toes looks like literally Satan.
Yeah.
He's red. He's got horns and a tail. With a
Yeah,
little
he's a
triangle
devil
on it.
child. But
Yeah.
also a
As far
beast.
as descriptions go, because I mean, we never described. You know how Shahi looks.
That's the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks like a devil. He is very well armored. Grayson is very well armored and has like glowing gold eyes.
That's kind of dope.
It's pretty dope. And then
You're not
Gamlin
finessing
is
a man on money.
a little
He's
dirty,
going nice.
shorter ears than you have, so probably a
It's
half
not
elf,
possible.
slightly like
This is Nick.
pinker skin.
Yeah. That's pretty close.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
What is Grayson?
Grayson, Azamar.
Can I pick the
Actually,
show
you-
photo?
I'm
'Cause this
Scourge
one's me.
Azamar.
What, did you say Jazamar?
No, I'm Scourge Azamar.
Oh, Scourge or Azamar.
You're a
So you're like
ASMR.
gray skin.
I am an
Yeah.
ASMR.
So that's what Grayson kind of looks
I'm
like.
gonna do some armor
Oh, wow, you look
ASMR.
awesome.
Alright, you look kind of cool.
Yeah, he looks like an anime character.
Yeah.
No problem.
Looks a little different than that. Different
Can
than
I
that
dibs this for me?
Sure. You can actually add your photo. If you scroll under the spells, there's a little box, and you can literally copy paste a link into it to have that be your photo.
Well, now
It's
I
really
gotta make
awesome.
sure that's the
Yeah.
dopest looking one.
This is
Now?
Gamlin.
That's actually exactly
This is Angela.
that's Gamlin.
Oh, you're cute.
Yeah. So like normal elf ears. Your elf ears are a little bit
Like 10
longer.
minutes.
Yeah, because I'm badass.
No.
Don't touch me.
Was I saying?
There's some pretty
Oh
dope
yeah, everybody but
girls.
Nick. You guys notice that the sheep is like digging through the pockets of the orc, and the bear's just sitting watching the sheep,
Check it out if I'm more.
like inquisitively.
Put it in my mouth.
Ooh, wanna pass around?
Yo, nice cat.
That was really good.
You know I can't eat this.
Oh, it's a real Reese's.
Are you
You're
trying to kill
all
him?
nuts, aren't you?
I thought it was just hazelnuts at
And
first.
apparently green chili soup.
Peanuts are the
You are.
worst one.
Apparently green chili soup.
The
Those are
chicken in it.
beans.
Hey, Emily.
Yes.
Toss another one.
Now I've had it.
That was
Oh
nice.
my god, guys, I want to get one.
Sorry. It was
No,
my
I
left
want
hand. I couldn't catch it.
Stop, I want one. Oh my god.
Take a fight. Let's do a fight.
Are you ready or not?
I'll allow it. For an extra gold
Oh.
piece.
I was almost
That's
ready.
almost good.
Is it out of
I like that.
I had it between my feet this time.
Oh, you actually did. I dropped it.
Let me see if I can find one on a bear.
Oh shit.
So, what are you guys doing?
Can you pick up the poison on the floor,
Nope.
please?
I'm gonna start offering the gold to
Closer to
everyone.
Monica
and
and
say, "Alright,
Jordan."
you share.
Yeah, you
Oh,
pass
yeah.
out the gold.
Okay.
After you pass out the gold, what are you lot doing?
Oh, found me and the bear.
Oh.
We're friends now.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Bear's
shocked
got
if
armor
that
now
was Vex and
too.
Trinket.
Yeah, still.
He's not yet.
I want
Found
to
the
leave this
bear.
tavern. I'm just gonna walk outside.
Do I notice the sheep at all yet now, or no?
You notice the sheep, you just don't
You
notice
can't hear him.
it.
What
But
is-
you don't notice him digging into the pocket, you just notice him kind of standing by the door.
Okay. Well, alright, Jan, you're the guide, so take us out.
I've already left the shop.
We've got 3, right?
Can I follow them out on the bear?
I'm just gonna start walking out.
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna hop on his
Yeah,
back.
I'm gonna walk out of here.
Guess we're all
Go ahead and roll animal handling.
We have a drover now, guys.
It's not that far of travel.
To the next building.
Let's assign roles. I'll keep a lookout.
Is there a thing that I need to add to it?
Animal handling?
We're walking over to the next building.
I would look at your sheet.
Should be under somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh. 21. Some.
The bear
And this
just
is all like,
almost leans down to let you onto it.
Oh.
And just marching along on
Does
the
it
bear.
walk on all fours or does it walk like on 2 feet?
It walks on all fours.
It's like hanging onto the back of it. It's like a backpack.
See, I'm all for it.
I was
No, but I think
definitely
that'd be really
picturing
great.
backpack style in
Me
mine.
too. Yep. And I think that'd be really great.
I gotta save this.
No.
Okay, so you guys are kind of meandering along.
No!
Where are you guys going?
Well,
Speak.
what do we see?
I mean, you see a couple of different buildings scattered throughout the town. If you want to look more, you could.
I want to look for people.
You don't seem to see any.
Can I speak to the sheep? I say, where do we find this apprentice of yours?
I say to the sheep, can we speak to the sheep?
You hear there's a guard tower in the distance. If we go there, we'll find the tower that I live at.
Okay. Can you direct us as sheep?
Meh.
We are sheep.
The lot of you can see the sheep just point to the west.
I'm gonna pick up the sheep
It's like
and
midday.
walk that direction.
Alright. I will follow along and then I will say, mostly to myself, if anyone hears it, I'll just say, well, hopefully he's a little bit smarter than that dragon was, pointing us in the right direction.
I say, if he's not, I'll skin him.
What does that mean?
Excuse me?
Sounds good.
The sheep man will direct us to the
Anyway.
tower where we will
We're like
find.
It's only
Often,
don't
Yeah,
judge me.
like maybe a 10-minute walk away, you kind of get to the top of a hill, and in the distance you can
That
see
was
like a
fun.
wooden.
I know.
You see like a
That's why
wooden
you shouldn't be judging
tower off in that away.
Where's my
How far away is the tower?
Like 200 feet or something.
Oh,
See,
wait.
it's
If I were to,
Well, that-
it's not very far. You literally just couldn't see it over
it's
the
not my
hill.
I
pockets.
just want to scale it, that's all.
Well, I mean, if you
All it's
approach
in
it,
there.
Yeah, I
Let's
know,
make
that's
the
why I
other
want to
one.
help out
Is this like your phone battery?
No.
Oh, because I remember you always having your phone battery.
I know.
Good
Yep.
times.
They don't really make phones that way a lot anymore.
Yeah, I had that for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I broke the charging port.
Mm-hmm.
It was a struggle, and you know how you have to charge it. You can't use your phone, so you gotta have that second battery on hand to pop that in while the other one's charging.
Yep.
The elves have gone off the haywire.
Talking about battery.
What are batteries? Sorry,
You don't need to worry.
what is battery?
Source of life.
That is
I
so.
have a battery. Who has it?
Just,
Someone
oh,
has
no, I
it.
don't have it.
Someone
Like, is this
has
in
it.
game? I was like, what's going
Yawn,
on?
you hear it's often charged with assault.
Salt.
Battery
Yeah, salt.
and battery.
Jordan,
Like salt.
this was Sarah's response.
It's charged with a
So
salt.
fun.
And battery.
Did you tell her this is D&D,
No,
by
that's
the
a
way?
salt.
You shat on it a few minutes ago.
No, she's being very sarcastic in
Dude,
that,
where did my
facial
battery
expression.
go?
What did she say?
I can't
Looks so fun.
Where's my battery?
Well, she's not here, so I don't know what she's sarcastic.
What did you send her?
Hey.
She also
Video
says hello
of
to
Do you
everyone.
have it?
Hello.
What?
We don't
Yeah,
say
we
hello
don't.
to people who are sarcastic that have fun D&D.
I'm very
So we rescind our hello. That we've already
we
said.
rescinded.
Yeah.
They'd
We'll
say
just,
hello, but
Do
we
you know where it
rescinded
is?
it.
The battery.
I want a refund.
So the lot of you guys approach this wooden guard tower that the sheep was motioning you towards. As you approach, you can see that it's basically just a wooden floor with a ladder and 4 posts to kind of hold it in place. What do you guys do?
Ooh, can I great axe one and post down?
You can certainly try.
Yeah. To hit is no, it's 20.
Okay.
Modded.
Go ahead and roll damage.
8.
8.
C.
Okay.
Tried for freaking teaching Spanish all day. C.
Yeah.
Damon, you're
C.
you can speak Spanish really well, right?
For the most part.
From the sea.
I know enough to teach it.
I don't know.
Excusez-moi.
Once you do the accent.
Okay. Yeah, you swing once, it makes a little chink into it.
I'm gonna swing again.
The halfling is cutting out one of the base
No, I'm
posts.
a frog now.
Frog is cutting into the posts of the base of this guard tower that the chief said that you can see the
Just
tower
always like
from.
circling his
It's like her. I like the enthusiasm. Whatever's going on here, I mean, it doesn't look like 80 gold worth to me being a piece of wood on a stick. But
Cameron!
Are
Meet
you?
Angela, meet Cameron.
Is this our surprise guest star?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Welcome,
Guest star
guest.
number 2.
I feel better, so I decided to come crash.
Hooray! I didn't do anything with your character.
Are you
Well,
playing
that's
or are
good.
you not?
I mean, I can play a little bit.
Mostly because
Okay.
she died.
Right,
so.
yeah, see, okay, that's
Yeah, we
fine.
rolled in that.
Are you
Well,
still
she
confused?
rolled
Why is
now.
it always whenever people do that?
Let me
Like-
just say,
Are you still,
lightning.
are you still contagious?
Nah, I'm not
Probably.
Not
contagious
another
anymore.
freaking lightning storm?
Yeah, and
No.
your character decided that it wanted to play in the puddles with the Dragonborn.
Sounds about
And
right.
you know how water attracts electricity, right?
And
Yeah,
you were
Uh,
next to the iron rod.
Yeah, that was pushing the rock.
So,
Sounds about right.
Faye,
One more.
you're traveling along with your companions and you see a bright flash of light. When you wake up, you can see next to you is a suit of armor with like sludge inside of it, like in the shape of a person.
That's gross.
And you're kind of like on a wooden
She plays
structure.
violin.
You also
She has
hear,
brown hair.
write to schedule when you wake up. And then you don't
Blue
see
outfit.
anything that would have said that. And then you hear a very loud chop
Oh.
sound.
Nope, not
That's
that one.
interesting.
So that's what
This
what
is
happens.
sort
I
of
tuned in
what she
actually
looks
to like the first
Yeah,
part
except she
of
plays violin.
like the first like few minutes, and then I fell back asleep, and then I woke back up, and I'm like, you know what? I feel great. Like it's been a couple of days since like I felt like really disgusting. Like I'm gonna go to D&D because like my mom convinced me while I was like delirious
Like,
with the
get the
fever.
hell out.
No, my mom convinced
Oh.
me when I was like delirious with a fever on Friday when I called into work to not go to D&D this week because like you're sick, you should rest. And I'm like, yeah, but I've also been stuck at home for like 4 or 5 days now, and I
Are you gonna
haven't
get
left
sick,
the couch.
Are you gonna get me sick though?
No, I'm not contagious anymore.
Yay.
Alright.
So
It's
anyway.
a chest infection.
So anyway.
Oh.
I get those all the time.
Faye, that's what you
No,
wake
just take a
up to.
picture.
Looking around, you can see there's like wooden walls
Snapping, sorry.
around you, and you can
Turn
see
off
there's
my
like
ringer.
the top of a ladder on one side of this little wooden outpost thing. Looking up, you can only see really clear skies and maybe like the top of a couple of trees, and you hear a loud
Oh god.
like below you.
Also, whatever happened to the hunter? Because I didn't hear him mentioned in the first part
Nope,
of the stream.
you didn't.
God
You got together with him because we all shipped it.
Ooh, I'm okay with that.
What is
I mean, hell, I'd ship
That's
it a
not
little.
in game.
Wait, didn't we have a definition for ship? I thought you did.
I think
Anyway.
that's on my old notes on my
No,
laptop.
do you
on
just
Crash.
have a definition for love?
Yes,
Probably.
my definition for love is a foolish game in the moonlight. It's a big idea for a lot of people, like a mountain when compared to a rock.
Wait, what about the strong lady
Well,
pushing the
field
boulder?
day
Oh,
was
that's
really
aroused.
fun,
A boulder to be
Because they're
A big
both
boulder
sleeping, so
with
I'm like,
strong
I'm gonna
legs.
escape the
But
house
not
while I
and
can.
seduced is
What was it?
makes
I
some
Oh,
escaped
real life?
boulders.
Yeah,
with strong
I
lady
escaped the house
upper
while
So
my
what do you do
parents
as
were
Okay.
Faye?
Okay, give me 2 seconds, okay?
Okay.
I literally just got here, dude.
And intimately is seduced. Also see spawn.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm in the forest and I hear some weird
You're,
like woodhacker sounds.
you're like in a little wooden outpost thing. You can see the top of the ladder. Below you, you hear a chop.
I can spawn
Okay.
a bear.
I'm gonna go investigate. I'm curious.
Good.
Okay.
Can you
I
please
hope
not
you
though?
don't.
So you just like peek over the
I
ladder.
don't think
Yeah,
anybody wants to be
come
called
on.
that.
She's trying to spawn it.
It'll be in 2 days. Don't worry about it.
That would
It's
kill
not
it
fair.
eventually.
He's trying to spawn your bear, no.
Please don't.
The 6 of you look up to see a halfling. 5 of you recognize this half elf. You recognize the half elf as Faye. you see a half elf who's kind of like peeking her head over the edge of the ladder at the top of the wooden outpost that you guys are kind of.
Yep, I'm gonna
Okay.
keep chopping the leg.
Slaker,
I'm a full health.
the frogman is just chopping the leg of the one of the four legs that it's standing
I feel
upon.
like half elves would just be, you know,
Like
half
half
Roll
blood,
damage.
but I'm on. You know, that's just not as like.
true.
You know, it doesn't hurt as much.
True. I accept that.
That's her. Ish.
Oh.
Get fucked.
It's who?
Faye.
Also, I have a bear.
This is
Hell.
you, Ish.
Yeah.
Type Nick.
Thank you.
Yush.
That's not me.
Yeah, that's true.
Ish.
I didn't know what else to say.
that's
Show me a picture.
Let me
So I was
show
like,
you.
That's
nice
my bear.
picture.
It's a nice
This
picture.
is me. I
Oh, so
have
it's your type
me.
then. We
What
know
was
now.
this
This is me
picture?
currently.
Give it away.
Picture.
No, that's his
Okay.
type.
I want to open
Let me
this.
see.
Come on, bitch.
A bear? No, just kidding. No, it's the frogman.
Cameron, this is me currently.
It's not out of curiosity.
I thought you were in a halfling form, not a frog form.
Not at
What's
this moment.
How like
She
you
got
know,
unconscious.
midnight or
She
one.
was.
I play very late.
She was. She got
We-
knocked out.
10,
We
11.
play until about 10ish for
Because that's
everybody.
usually
Well,
when
yeah.
David.
Then we may or may not continue from that point. I'm trying
With
to
other
bring it
games
in.
and stuff.
Yeah, kind of
I
depends on
cannot
stopping
open
points.
this.
He goes for
I
it.
can't open my picture,
But
but
he's
that
okay.
one.
He's like the cop for most people.
So,
In a
Oh,
weird
nice.
demonic kind of way.
so
I'm very
the
pale.
so the strange frogman
I'm
is
fire.
chopping at the base of one of four stands
Dad rod
that the
is pushing
post
down.
above
I'm putting that
is
down.
standing on. Meanwhile, on the top of that, you recognize Faye. And then Alwyn, whose name almost nobody knows. You only see the half elf. You don't recognize her, but you feel like she's a friend.
So the strange frogman
Yeah.
is chopping at the base.
You know, elf intuition.
So anyway, the frogman is chopping at one of the legs like that Faye is 30 or 40 feet up on.
What's happening?
Faye is so confused right now.
Oh, my damage? What was
Because
it?
I was in the shower probably when all of this was happening, so I have no idea. Or like I was cleaning off my car. I don't know what's happening anymore. I have given up. So hey guys, what you up to? What you up to?
I'm just gonna like turn away and pretend I don't notice you and just be like, nobody mentioned gold at all.
That's coming out of your
Perception
pocket.
at disadvantage. You are like 30 or 40 feet up.
That's true. I'm also like that boy.
Anyway, so here's a diagram. Here is a halfling cutting down one of the legs of the fort. Yeah. And here's Faye at the top on the fort.
Well, I still got a 16, so.
16. You hear Toes mention, don't mention the gold.
Oh, damn it.
What gold? Toes, what gold?
Nothing. I only
Chop,
found
chop.
14 gold. We could totally give you like one of them.
You can see they're walking with, Faye. You see them walking with an elf riding a bear and Jan standing next to a sheep.
Oh wait, I remember the sheep. I saw the sheep in the stream.
But does Faye.
You were watching
Well, yeah.
the stream?
Yeah, I was watching the stream. Did you
There's a
guys not see
stream?
my
Yeah.
message?
I wasn't watching.
I even wrote in the
I have to
comments,
pull it
fuck
up.
shit up, guys.
I wasn't
Before I
watching
was
the
wrapped in
stream,
it.
so.
I forgot this was being streamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
don't
makes
have
it
anything
hilarious.
like
A little awkward.
It's hilarious.
That's fine.
Because then you can go back
It's
and watch
okay.
it.
Only like 3 people ever watch it ever.
And then it's the 3 people in this room.
Except for Civil War.
I usually never watch it, but I
Civil
know I
War.
was
We
in
don't
the
know
stream,
Civil War.
so
But he
I
hasn't been
watched
back
it.
in a while.
No.
I wouldn't either. No,
Not
I'm just
doing
kidding.
anything you
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
So anyways, what are you guys doing?
Chopping.
So,
Roll damage again.
yeah, I'm confused.
Faye, you want to see something really cool? And then I'm gonna run up and start also
14.
hitting the spot that's been.
You're
that's
also.
bizarre.
How are you?
My
I'm
man.
gonna use my mace. It's not gonna be.
You're just
What?
smacking it.
Yeah.
Why are you guys hitting that thing?
14.
Faye, it's gonna be super
14
sweet.
damage.
So what exactly are they hitting?
Like the
One of the
post.
legs of the
You
watch
find out.
post that you're standing on.
So we're trying to knock her off?
What is the
So,
material
like,
of this
if
boat?
they were to successfully cut through the leg, the whole structure would probably come down.
Yep.
Okay. Why are you guys chopping that? You know I'm up here,
I'm
right?
gonna pretend not to notice and keep
No.
chopping.
I'm gonna walk over and light it on fire.
It'll be super cool. You'll like do a flip of
No.
shit.
No, I don't. I'm not very acrobatic there, Toes. So I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that.
It's a worst case scenario. I'll fix whatever breaks.
Look, it's in between my
I'd
toes.
prefer you not do that.
Just climb down. What's going on? I was called.
got
Just
4.
climb down. What's going on?
18. Okay.
I want to start climbing down.
Okay. As you start climbing down, you just hear a.
What the fuck was that?
You, Jan, hear, we should climb up.
Okay.
Chop chop.
He says he recommends.
The frogman is chopping it down.
No, we're bringing it down to us, Jan. We don't need to go up.
Sheepman recommended climb.
Well, why don't you tell Sheepman to go get his ass up there then?
Sheepman cannot climb.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh,
so we're bringing
what
it
is
down.
your
You
name,
climb so
Sheep?
well.
Sheepman calls us to climb when he can't.
He like sniffs. And
Hey, Sheepman, tell Sheepman. Why?
Wait, what?
Tell Sheepman what?
Ask him why we shouldn't. What's the reason for that bringing it down? It's gotta be. It's fine. It's a piece of wood.
It's a
Up in the
piece of
sky.
wood.
It's not a piece of wood. It's like a structure. It's
Yeah,
like a
wood
tower.
tower. We're bringing
Still
it down.
wood.
Yeah, it's still
Bring
like
it
7
down.
pieces of wood.
I play Breath of the Wild. It's all pieces of wood.
Anyway, he looks at you, Jan. He looks at you and says, "Thank you. My name is Ugoran."
Sheepman's name is Ugoran.
That sounds very plausible.
Chop chop.
Full damage.
Gorum.
Why is Jan talking to a
That
sheep
sounds
guy?
like a name you made up, Jan.
He drank too much and our drink
Sounds like
was
something you would
insufficient.
tell a
Is he
bull.
sobered up?
No, there's
The
no
lot
time.
of you hear a very loud creaking from the tower that is being chopped into.
Slaker, I think we should start backing away. Faye, get down quickly, or
Looking at
I'm gonna start
it,
climbing
be
down faster.
halfway in.
As fast as I can.
Halfway.
Yeah.
Jump, Faye. Chop chop.
Not unless someone
Oh.
catches me.
Alright, it's like I'm gonna back away. I got hands.
I put that sheepman like
You
under.
hear a very loud like, oh my god, get on top of the tower.
Okay.
7.
7?
What?
Okay.
What is happening?
The sheep's
Yeah,
trying to kill you on.
I'm just climbing down faster.
Okay.
I can't fly here, can I?
Can
Can I extend my wings and fly up there?
Oh, you have wings? Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's what
You're a
an
scourge
angel
as
do,
a
right?
bard. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's an angel
shit.
dude.
No, you literally just like melt people's faces. It's kind of
What?
awesome.
That sounds
Alright, that's cool,
cool.
but like
Pretty good
flying is-
trade-off.
It's like
It seems so much nicer.
if I were to recommend a cinematic at some point, Malthael in Diablo. That's what it looks like.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay.
I'll show you later.
Show
That's
me.
more like what you look like, rather than like Tyrael, who's awesome. Anyway, what? You're more intimidating. And also great. So, anyway, you're climbing up.
Yep.
You're climbing down. You're chopping
We're
into
just
it.
stuck in the middle.
Meanwhile,
This is a mess that I've walked in on.
I say stop shopping.
Oh yeah.
Ganlin, Nick, Almas.
Cease.
What are the
Frog
three of you
being.
doing?
I call out to Faye and I say, "Jump, Faye."
You hear Jan say
Jump,
stop.
Faye.
I'm just gonna
You're
kind
like
of
20 feet up.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of jump.
Okay.
Quite the leap.
I moved the sheep.
Can I
under
get
where
my
I think
bear to
she's
catch
dropping.
her?
Yeah, the
You're
bear.
definitely
The
gonna break
sheep is
a bone.
fighting you.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah,
can I have my
but
bear
that's what
catch
I'm
her?
trying to do.
Real talk?
Okay. Roll strength disadvantage.
Okay.
She wants her bear to catch me.
Okay. Yeah, no.
No.
I saw those numbers.
Yeah.
The sheep is not cooperating with you.
Chop chop.
You fall down and take 5 damage.
Sounds about right.
Chop chop.
Aw.
Anyways,
Bring up the
Aw.
bear thing.
what?
I wanted the bear to
So you
catch
could-
her.
You could attempt it, maybe. I don't
If I
know.
could get him to.
Animal handling disadvantage. That's a complex order for a bear who might or might not actually be trained.
Wild bear with no hands.
So it's 2, get the lower one, and I still add the little thingy?
Yes.
Cool.
So the lowest one you got
Roll
So I got 15.
15.
And then
That didn't
That
matter.
was special.
And a 6.
well,
But 10 with my.
So basically, after a little bit of deliberating,
Chop chop.
Alwyn, no, stop. Other people have turns, you know. Basically, you get the bear to stand up and start to like walk over towards the ladder, and Faye falls short.
Sounds about right.
So
Boom.
close. I tried.
Sounds about right.
Anyway,
Per course of me.
Jan, you're climbing up.
Clumsy
Yep.
person.
Still climbing.
The lot of you can see Jan climbing up while Slaker is literally trying to chop it down.
Yo, Jan, what the fuck you doing?
I yell up to Jan, jump.
I think she's
close
just
am I
trying
to
to
the
be
top?
just, you
You're
know,
about
nuisance
20
at
feet
this
up.
point.
You're halfway up.
I'll keep going. I'll keep going.
Okay.
This is a race against time. Let's take bets. Who wants to bet the gold they just made to me? Will the tower fall down
I
before
shout
dawn?
down. I
Oh,
shout down to
that's
Slaker.
cool.
Stop fucking chopping.
I don't want your gold
You
in
hear
my
that?
I will remember
Stop
that.
spawning
You know what?
chopping.
If you try to take my gold, I'll put
Do
it
not
in.
chop the wood.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm not spawning anything. Chop, chop.
Do not chop the wood.
Why is she chopping the wood?
You're hearing do not chop the wood. Do you continue chopping the wood?
Yes.
Someone
Okay.
stop her.
Why is she
Damn.
chopping the wood in the first place?
See.
Jan, time to speed
See.
up.
Why
I'm
is
trying.
it doing it?
If
Use
anyone
some
would like to try to
Chop, chop.
stop
divine
the chop, chop.
agility.
I
Slide
don't
a
trust
pole.
myself with the slide. I've already been defeated once.
I'm taking
What?
bets.
I don't go against the slide.
Okay.
Chop, chop.
Why is she
Slide
chopping
defeated
me?
me.
Why are you chopping?
Yeah, seriously, why are you chopping?
Yeah,
She's
why?
just chopping.
What you chopping for?
He's just
Do
chopping.
you see our friend Jan's up there?
Not
He got
really.
driven up by a crazy sheep man.
No, chop,
He
chop.
doesn't care. He never
Should I roll?
cares.
Jan,
Right.
Roll
come
damage,
back.
yeah.
Jan, come back.
Jan,
Right.
yeah, Jan, come back.
Is anyone
Yes.
trying to
Frogman
stop
at
the
the top
slot?
must die.
But the frogman's down here.
What?
I
Frogman
still
at the
want
bottom.
into the tower.
There's a tower?
For
The
what
tower's
reason?
coming down.
Yeah, it's coming to you.
Oh, it's coming down.
Yeah, we're chopping it down.
Yeah, we're chopping down the tower. Why are you going up the tower?
I don't think we could chop down the tower.
The tower is falling down.
That's what she's doing all the time.
The slide's chopping down the
Just
tower.
a slide down.
Meh. If you chop down this tower, you lose payment, is what you hear from the sheep.
Don't.
No gold if you don't stop chopping.
Alright,
Hold
we're
on.
stopping her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, guys, grapple time.
We need gold.
Where do you?
Chop, chop.
Slayer, please. Oh.
Alright,
Alright,
alright.
someone
What do we got? Can I like hog
Someone
tie her?
reach her.
We all lunge at once.
You can try. Yeah, sure.
Alright, cool. We're
I
hog
mean,
tying.
well, first thing is to stop the chop, so probably strength.
Sorry, I thought this was a stone tower or something.
No,
No.
Wood,
no
wood,
wood.
4 wooden posts with a wooden top.
Did
It
you
is
not
all
describe
wood.
what I got?
I don't know how I can reinforce that.
With steel.
Also, Faye knows that there's like metal guard armor, but where a human should probably be, there's like sludge. It's gross.
So I rolled a 10.
Okay.
It's really gross.
10
Yeah,
We do not know.
for strength.
yeah.
You need it better.
Roll opposed disadvantage.
They're all my dice, that's why.
My armor class?
Here, try that one.
No.
That one's better. That one's well
It's stopping
done.
on
that's-
attack.
See? There you go. Here, try that one. See how that one works for you. Nope.
Eight.
no.
That one,
Okay.
that one's the winner.
Yeah, I know, I use this one
And
too. It's
Elf's
awesome.
arms
It's
grabs yours,
Sounds pretty okay. Here, try the metal.
and you turn around and you see this elf.
Okay, I'll swing
Oh,
my
this is
great axe at her. Oh,
Okay, roll at disadvantage. You're grappled.
Nope, we'll just do it now. So,
Now you know why none of us
that
wanted
one's
to
a
have
baby,
it.
and this one's the winner.
You threw an axe at me. I was just trying to hog tie you. Oh, a
Nine.
little harsh.
Yeah.
9.
Now you know
Yeah,
why
you
none of us
miss.
attacked her.
Yeah, so you grab the frogman's arm, and the frogman tries to swing the axe at you. You manage to avoid it because, well, you're holding the frogman's arm with the axe, so that makes it harder to swing. Anyway, yeah, combat starts now if people are trying to
You guys want to help me?
do that. I'm looking to the
About
lot
to
of
lose some
you.
gold.
Jan, you're more than halfway up.
About to lose some
You're
gold,
like
people. Help out.
basically,
Yeah,
you're basically at the
once
top.
it's my turn.
I'd like to turn mine into
Except Faye's
a
not
rock.
strong.
What happened?
So that's
He
pretty
spilled
cool.
it. Oh
Those,
Not that
So
one.
you're just
I'm
unlucky.
thinking the top.
we're just gonna not.
Alright, I'm doing it.
I
Oh,
was about to cast his laptop here. I was like, oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyway,
I tried
You're
giving you a
fine,
whole
catch
side
this.
of the table, but you refused.
you sat next to me.
I sat down first, you sat next to me, and we
Okay.
saved the whole side of the table for
I
you.
always sit here, and I'm gonna leave that at that.
what do we do?
Anyway,
Except for the first time you sat on that.
That's how we know who
Literally
everybody
once.
thinks
Yeah,
Mexican
it's because
Here.
that doesn't provide a good camera.
That's
They're wet.
So what is
You're
Kelly
gonna dab
mention
with
her
it.
like fiance gonna actually tie the knot?
Don't say that.
They've been engaged
He
since
will
20.
literally dab with it.
That's true.
I dabbed it out.
You need more?
Dab, dab,
You're gonna need more, aren't you?
dab, 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 dab.
At least now they have a cute photo.
I'm so hyped up on cold medicine.
yes.
Your chair, please.
Woo!
My chair. I can't
Party.
bend over and over too much.
Well, just kneel, and then you're fine.
I don't know if I want to sleep. Kind of want to just like roll the die and take the bear and we
It's all
just
things.
go on a walk in the forest.
Right. See, I used to do that constantly. It was
Do you have
fun.
that cloth I gave you earlier?
Yeah,
The preventative one?
Yeah, I'm using it.
And
I was gonna
I'm
get it
up for
wet.
like the next 6 hours because if I don't stay up, then I'm not gonna be able to sleep for work.
Sleep forward?
Yeah, I work nights.
You guys need assistance?
I mean, if you'd like.
So I work
Alright,
at
I'll
8
get something for you.
It's less
I
of
used to
a
have to
need
do that
something,
with
it's
my
just
own
more
job. I used to have to
more
do it at
dabbing.
6:30
Alright.
a.m. and I'd have to open. Oh, it's the worst. And then I'd be here the night before and I'd have 2 hours of sleep. Oh god, it was the worst. But now I can do all I want because it's literally this is how I start my day on Mondays and then I end by just like sitting at home doing
I'll get a thing whenever it arrives, and then I will assist instead of standing here.
And this is also the end of my weekend too. Like Mondays are always the end of my weekend. Oh my gosh. I have 3 days off.
Alright, you guys got a nice schedule, I'm not gonna lie.
Except
Mondays suck for me. First day I have to wake up that early.
It's hard because the carpet's foggy,
5 more?
so I don't know what's actually a soda.
Alright,
Soda
I'm gonna
spot.
I work
awkwardly
4 days
jam
and I'm
myself
off
in
3
here.
days. And I'm
Okay.
off
Oh, this is
the
all
weekend.
It's like we're getting stuff on
I like
No.
What do you do? Are you like a CNA or something?
no, I work in the casino.
That's what I was just
Oh,
saying.
okay.
Like, I can't tell what's soda
That
and
also
what's
makes
actually
sense.
Because it's all
I
nuts.
wonder how the camera is.
Well, it's wet
This is
now.
trash.
Yeah, like Black Hawk. Nice. I'm going soon.
Meanwhile, y'all, you're at the top.
Not as much commitment
Yeah,
as
it
I
came
can
up.
say.
We managed to get it just
Understandable. So yeah, because like I've never been up there. Only like a handful of times because my parents work up there. So I've gone up there a couple of times because they're dealers. I work in the
Cool.
restaurants.
Okay.
I'm not old enough to work on the floor.
How old do you have to be?
Where's
Leave it
the
to your
bar?
discretion.
Yeah, no,
It's
it looks
alright.
okay.
Baby.
I am. I'm the big
Do
dude.
you want like a regular towel to try to
The
dry
little
it
bad bitch.
faster?
Yeah, where's the. Let me take that and put that in
That's
the sink, and
literally
I'm gonna-
exactly what I am.
Okay.
just throw like one of these white towels down.
Everyone here is bad.
Yeah,
go
that'll work.
grab that.
I have been for years.
My back.
Okay. I'm finally turning
Yeah, you're right.
21 very soon.
That's good.
My
And
Good.
then I won't get yelled at for walking on the floor anymore.
Oh,
Doing
yes.
alright there?
I have not gambled yet. I'm 23 and I've yet to gamble.
Really?
It's
I
not that fun.
really
I don't
like
always
my
want to
money
do
and I
it.
don't want to lose
I'll
it.
send my
But at
money
the
on.
same time,
Well,
I
that's
want to get
really
more money.
wise. That's really wise. You
But my
That's
friend
actually
Steve, he makes bank at Blackhawk. He goes up there and walks away with like 1,100.
Doing
It
alright?
depends on how you play.
I did that the
time.
first time I went to Vegas.
So it depends on how you play.
Okay,
So
cool.
if you play table games, only do it for like a
He
little
plays
bit.
craps the
Yeah,
entire
see,
time.
Craps tend to do it,
didn't
but
notice
don't play
anything
it for like
happened.
long periods
That's
of time
why
because
everything was pushed
eventually
over
you're
and
gonna
all
lose
that
streak.
stuff.
Only do it for like a little bit,
Yeah.
and then
I was just like, oh my god, cleaning.
slots is where it is, but you have to be careful.
We
So
all
if
just,
you
like,
see
stop
people
the
on a
game and you're
losing
like,
streak on a slot,
And then I was
after
sitting
they
there and everyone was
go to
like
that
clearly
window.
doing something and I was like,
That's
I'm in.
basically
That's
that's
fair.
basically how it works. Because there's a whole there's a whole like
Yeah, I think we're good.
what is it? There's a whole like system to it.
Yeah.
So if someone's on a losing streak, eventually.
Grayson!
So if they don't win and they walk away, go to that
Right.
machine,
What?
then you'll win.
Everyone who wanted
Like, stake
got
them out.
some.
What?
well, that's good.
Grayson,
Yeah.
you've reached the
Well,
top of
that's
the
just
tower.
what-
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Roll
Perfect.
perception. Advantage, you're on top of the tower.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Perception.
You made it to the top of the tower.
Advantage.
Yes.
14.
Did no one
14?
help me stop her from dropping?
Nope.
You
I would
no,
Okay,
nobody
oh,
else
the Jaeger.
helped
Oh, Mickey
stop,
didn't.
Where
but
did we
you
get to
managed
the-
to avoid an
true.
attack. Yon, you're
Is-
at the top of the tower, and you look off into the distance, and off like slightly to the south, on top of another hill, you see what appears to be a stone structure. You can assume that that might be the Mage's Tower, because that's the only tower that you can see off in the distance. You also notice that there's like a set of armor with black sludge where a person should be.
Can I investigate it?
Sure. Anyway,
Do you taste it?
while you're doing that, Slaker and the elf are currently engaged with one another. Who is doing what?
Alright, I
I'm
gotta
gonna
get.
help
You're
You
stuck
bet.
in
With-
with the elf.
Okay, I have a game plan. I'm gonna disguise self as the king.
Okay.
Is that my action since we're technically in combat, or do I?
Action, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
That
that's
should
all
be
I
an
can
action.
I mean, it
Combat
probably
against.
will work.
Slaker?
Slaker
Oh,
and-
okay.
do. All in. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so you're disguising yourself. Faye is doing.
I'm gonna try and grapple Slaker.
Okay, go ahead and roll strength at advantage.
Oh yeah.
I'm already grappled.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna keep you
Multiple
there.
people are grappling you.
Yeah, so you're gonna stay there and you're not gonna move. Also, I got 17.
And then you're at disadvantage because you're
24 at
already
disadvantage.
24.
Yeah.
Shaking you off.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Ganlin?
I'm gonna cast a fog cloud.
Why is there the
There.
fog clouds with
On
you?
top of Slaker. Or like
On top
in
of-
like where Slaker is standing. So
Alright,
like
that's
on the ground
supposed to be the
technically.
worst
But
thing.
You cast fog cloud.
yeah.
I turn into a king and now no one can see me.
The four of you
You've returned.
The four of you and the bear are and now just completely encased by fog. Jan, you're on top of the tower. You're able to see that, and you roll investigation to look at the body.
Yep.
What'd you get?
The sludge.
An 8.
8.
I missed it.
The sludge is in like a vaguely humanoid shape. So you think that there was probably a person inside of the armor before they turned to sludge,
Oh
but
wow.
you're not sure how.
Is it nice armor?
Not really.
Okay.
It's pretty like average. I mean, it's a wooden guard post, so you're not expecting the policing force to be all that great
He
either.
just wants the
Mind
nice
if I
armor,
take it?
man.
So that's what you
Clean
can
the
see.
sludge off her.
Okay. Anything else up there?
Looking down, you can see there's a bunch of fog below you in a like 20-foot radius-ish,
Yetib.
something like that.
Alright, I just want to make note of what direction the tower's in the other
Yeah,
one.
it's over to the west, slightly south,
Okay.
on top of a hill.
Got it.
Okay, so the rest of you. I'll start with Ganlin since Ganlin's not in the fog. Ganlin, what are you doing? Also, Jan, you can move if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll start climbing down.
Okay.
Well, I'm just kind of chilling outside of the fog, like seeing if anything happens in here. Just kind of waiting, listening.
Looking at the fog, you see
Not
fog.
not seeing, but like like listening and stuff.
Okay.
See how
Meanwhile,
chaotic it is.
within the fog, what are the lot of you guys doing?
Chopping anything? Just swinging and hoping for the best.
Okay, go
Well,
ahead and
Preferably
roll.
in the direction that I remember the tower being.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the fog's always fun.
16.
It's okay.
I have another genius.
Oh.
plan.
What's your AC and initiative so I can write it down?
12
Genius.
and 11
Genius.
respectively.
What is-
Jan, roll initiative.
Get
Hey,
ourselves
roll
in-
initiative.
I'm like, yeah, let's chop the tower down. I'm like,
Oh, I got it. I need to go to bed. I'm so tired. I've been up since 6.
Grayson, what'd you get?
Every day.
For climbing?
Initiative.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay.
Damn, I got 15.
Alright, so Grayson goes first. Cool. Just writing it down. So, May, deal damage.
50 billion.
10.
Take 10 damage.
What the fuck?
Fuck off. Stop killing each
Roll the
other.
d4.
Well, there's smoke cloud.
1
don't
for
know
you,
what
2
to do.
for that, 3 for the bear, 4 for the post.
Well,
You got hit.
I'm at -1.
You're at -1.
I'm not.
You hit something and it falls down.
Well, we'll try again.
Okay. Anyway, the rest of you guys, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm going to, in my kingly voice.
King Wenceslas.
Alright, everybody. King Reginald Wenceslas.
He returned.
I'm back. If everybody wants to proceed with me through the smoke, Squire, I'm meeting you. Follow my voice. And then I want to use minor illusion to throw my voice outside in one direction of the smoke.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You just
And
kind of
just,
throw it.
and it'll just say, follow me. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys hear that.
And then
Those
I'm
that
going
are
to follow
unconscious.
my voice.
So, Angela, Alwyn hears a voice saying, "It's the king, Squire specifically, follow me out of the smoke." Kind of coming off from
It's
from
king,
like the
it's
south.
me, I swear. It's really me.
It's me.
Without a tail.
Hey, I fixed his tail. Excuse you.
Right, right.
With a scar on his
Just to
tail.
hurt.
Yeah, with a scar on his tail. Exactly.
So what do you do?
Well,
You
I
attack.
feel like,
Are you moving?
of the woods, I don't really have a king, so I don't really care that he's a king.
Okay.
Because he doesn't rule over me.
Yeah, damn right.
But, you know, I'd like judge what the squire's face is looking like. Maybe she wants to go over there. He, she. Maybe he is like trying to go to the king because I don't know, got some weird like fixation on him. So,
Okay.
so judging based off that look,
So
I might let him go
you're trying to
to
follow
let
the
him.
voice.
Trying to push Sahi towards the voice.
Slider.
Push.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
don't
trying to
like this
push
again.
this.
That's what we lost.
Go ahead and roll strength, and then you can just roll opposed.
Am I still at disadvantage?
No, just opposed.
Stop. Go into sleep mode, computer.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
24.
Sure there's a setting for that.
Disadvantage.
15.
The frog man is very strong and is
Yeah,
resistant.
frog.
And very heavy. Turns out he's a cuddler.
Oh,
Ah,
God, no.
That's an inside joke.
Why'd you put them on my plate? I'm the fatty. Thanks.
I have like 5 in front of me. As well, I'll throw one somewhere funny. Jan, you make it down to the bottom of the tower.
Yeah.
Next to you is just a giant thing of smoke, and then like right next to you, you hear like kingly voice, but you don't see anyone there. And then you just see Gamlin kind of like standing there looking. You hear a voice coming from south of the cloud. And then you hear like just general commotion and grunting noises coming from the fog.
You all alright?
Nah, fam.
That's all I said.
Nah, ma'am.
You would kind of
Nah,
say that.
fam.
That's what you hear.
What is fam?
Oh. Oh.
That's also what you hear from the cloud.
Good friend.
Don't worry about it.
Roll a
You
death
know,
save.
fam.
Oh, God.
Fam is good friend.
That would be really
Famous
funny
good
if you weren't here and then you die when you are here.
I know. Well, I got a 12.
Okay, 1 success.
Yay. I'd be so mad if I died. At least I have like 2 other backup characters. So. But
Oh,
Faye
good.
is my favorite, so I don't want that to happen because Faye is my baby. My
Phase
baby.
Bay.
My baby.
Phase Bay. The rest of you guys, what are you doing?
Chop chop.
That's all I'm thinking about.
Roll the hit.
Oh my gosh.
You're running out of targets there,
I'm feeling
friend.
like
I
just
want
need to,
the
like,
pole, but yeah.
Yeah, but you can't see the pole, so
Honestly,
you're running out of targets there, friend.
No.
You're gonna have to. That's really the only way to stop her.
Here's my
13.
scimitar.
13.
Yeah, that's about how it works. She's a mess.
I feel bad for killing her, but I feel like it's gonna have to be the option.
You probably like that option.
Getting killed?
Just gonna say that. She rolled and she missed. She probably likes that option. Anyways, so who
Probably
else
goes.
in the midst of the fog and
Right.
stuff?
Can I just make my way out of the fog?
Just in a direction?
Yeah, towards the
roll
voice.
roll a d8.
Towards your own voice.
You're going towards your own voice. Alright, you can just approach. If you're going straight towards your voice, then
That's
you
the
can
one.
just
What
approach
are you
that.
doing?
Which direction did you lead them? Which direction?
Oh yeah, I got a 1.
Keep it for the
One?
Yeah.
For the d8?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just approach your own voice. And eventually you kind of thunk into the side of a ladder, like, oh, there we go.
Like, yeah, this is a
And
whole
you
pyramid
emerge
and
from the
everything
fog.
too, but this
Do I
is a better
see
pyramid.
Jan?
Yeah, Yawn's at the bottom, Gamlin's kind of off in the distance, just
I
staring.
mean, you're not wrong.
And
The
then
tower
you
we
can,
need
you
to
can
go
hear a lot
to
of,
is west.
you hear groaning and
south.
growling from the fog.
Okay.
What is fam?
More fam. Please just get out of the smoke first and I'll explain everything.
What is this thing?
Alwyn, what are you doing?
That's me. I thought I just went.
It was one turn ago. What's your new turn?
So we got Toes running out of the fog towards his own voice.
Toes is running out.
Well, towards
that
a
was his
voice.
voice.
You're
Voice,
still holding on to the frog man. Your bear is somewhere because you can hear the growling noise, but you don't know from like where.
I'm now like torn between just dragging Frogman out with me,
Mhm.
or calling for my bear to hop on his back and ride away. We're gonna go with that one, the call my bear, hop on his back and ride away.
Okay.
In what
ahead
direction?
and
We have a
roll-
place to go.
Towards the voice.
Roll animal handling. Disadvantage because it's hard to see where the bear is.
Got it. Oh, wait. Alright.
Boy.
Let me see what my handling is. So cute. No, cancel.
Look at all the different places.
Where did I put that? Oh,
Really?
found it.
What'd you get?
12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that with advantage?
That was disadvantage.
Or, oh yeah, you have disadvantage. Roll at normals. So, whatever your first roll is, what was that?
12.
Also 12? Okay, cool. So, you call out and you hear a response like a
Oh, amazing.
but there's no like you don't feel it like the bear picking you up or anything. You're just kind of blindly kind of calling out Marco Polo to it, basically. In the meantime, those outside the fog, you three, go ahead and roll perceptions for me.
Me included or no?
Nah.
Okay. I was trying to
You hear
back
now.
That was just kind of like.
My last roll was a nat 20.
What is
It was
this
coming.
sludge? Get a 4.
4? Okay.
13.
13?
Nobody's really concerned about what's going on in the fog.
The two of you are kind of looking into the center of this fog cloud, like, oh my gosh, who's what and where and how and why. You're looking around, you're like, where the fuck is the sheep?
Three important questions.
What did happen?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Meanwhile, people inside the fog cloud roll a death save.
Ah!
Again?
Yeah,
Shit.
it's been another round.
Chop chop.
Woo! I got 14.
14,
Yeah.
so another success.
4.
4? 24?
Alright.
It's a 15 damage.
Oh, it's bedtime.
Right.
People inside the fog hear a very, very loud, very ominous.
Oh, God.
Did it.
Oh, God.
Accomplished the goal.
Meanwhile,
Can I move and run away?
And you're just gonna leave me to die? Wow.
I don't know. You're
Yeah,
down.
nobody knows that you're dead.
I know.
that's true.
And I'm annoyed.
Anyway,
Unfortunately.
I just always whenever I get, like, whenever I get
Wait, you
like,
got killed?
I got unconscious, and now I'm doing
Yeah.
death saves.
She's doing death save. Yes, you can move, but you won't make it out of the cloud.
That's
So
fine.
pick a direction. And by that, I mean roll a d8.
Away from wherever I just hit.
Should I do
Okay.
another half health, or should I
Roll a
do
d8.
this
Eight.
time?
Eight.
What?
All right.
Tiefling,
Cool.
which is what he is.
Following a very loud. What do you do?
I can't do that.
Grab onto that bear and run away.
That's smart.
You're nowhere near the bear.
What?
You're like trying to reach out, and the bear's fucking booking it.
Alright, in that case
The
I
bear
book
has
it.
no loyalty.
Bear is
As
booking
well.
it.
I book it too.
Okay, roll a d8.
Have the 8?
D8, yeah, for
Triangle
direction.
thing.
Trying to
Or
find it. Where'd
pyramid
it
thing.
go? Thanks.
You freaking clock.
What about
I
it?
hate that clock.
Why?
Because it's annoying.
It's not
And what
that
is this?
annoying.
It's
Nice, what are you talking
Just
about?
D8, no mods.
It's a 6.
6.
6.
Just keep trying.
So
Which direction?
I guess,
you
but it's not.
run out, and you just barely kind of bump the edge of a ladder and make it to the southern end. You are kind of just
Be okay.
booking it out, and eventually you're like on a corner. You can see it starting to part, but you can't really see what's beyond the fog. You just know that it's getting lessened. And then the three of you notice a fucking bear just book it like straight almost towards Gamlin, just running out. And then a lot of you guys hear a weird like, and then suddenly just a large gust of wind just circles around the fog, and it begins to blow away.
It's like a
In the
review.
center of the fog, you can see a sheep. And then, like, not very far from the fog, you can see Faye is unconscious, and the post is cracking and sliding a little bit.
That's fun.
So, what do you guys do?
Run away.
Yeah, I book it.
Okay.
Just away.
Okay,
I
you're
don't
just
care what
booking it away.
direction. Yeah.
Roll a d8.
You pull out a book and throw it at the post. That is a 6.
Okay, so you're just booking it south.
Yep.
Okay. Gonna drop this out so that I can keep track of everybody. Alright. What are other people doing?
Keep
Keep
running.
always past me.
Okay.
Probably
Actually-
dash.
You're dashing in what direction?
The direction I was going.
Okay.
Awake, Angela.
Gamlin. What are other people doing?
I want a 1. I'm surprised by the sheep. I'm like, holy shit, it is a magical sheep. And then when I see Faye, I'm like, because I'm like, she got wounded after all. That was kind of my fault for like starting the whole X-wing thing and provoking it. And then I want to make my way to her if possible.
No, it's not.
Okay.
And I said, if I die for this, I'm gonna be really pissed off. And that's all.
You can make it 2 Faye. What do you do?
I want to use Cure Wounds.
Okay. So go ahead and
Wow,
spend the
you
spell
can
slot
send
and
that.
roll.
Just pick me up. Those new shit.
Jan, what are you doing?
We have enough of those. We need more.
Mm-hmm.
Who all can I see in the smoke?
Ships?
I am serious. Yes.
Technically, if the smoke were still there, you'd see
I know
nobody.
ships.
But now that the smoke
Also,
is
I'm
cleared,
seriously curious what happened to the.
you
the
can
huntsman
see
dude.
underneath the tower
What
is
happened to
Faye,
Madison?
Toes,
That's gonna be tough.
and the sheep.
Okay.
So that's who's under the tower.
Okay.
What do you do?
But he's gone.
I say you know where we're going now, right? You and Toes.
I'm still unconscious.
Yeah, I'm
It's
saving
sludge.
your life right now. Yeah.
I heard you yelled. Did you tell us that we were going to the sludge?
We're going to the tower.
Mm.
The other tower where the wizard needs us to go for our goal.
Gold. Good.
Sheep
Good
lady.
gold.
Sheep Wizard is telling us to go that way. West and slightly south. I saw the tower from the top of this tower. It's that way.
While you're still talking, you can see the post is just sliding off of its face.
Fix that. I'm unconscious, so what does the type
I got a
matter?
9, by the way.
You have 9 health.
Oh
What
my
do you do?
God, I'm back.
Half your movement to stand up.
Sorry, I can't hear. My ears
No,
are
you're good.
blocked.
So it's half your movement to stand up.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna, try and regain my bearings, and I noticed the tower kind of fall apart, right?
Perception.
Okay. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. That is gonna be a 17.
17? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna fall on you and Toes and
Oh,
Sheep.
yes.
Okay, well, guys, so great talk we're having right now, but we should really move or fix this tower. Because look at that shit.
No, you lose.
I don't think it's gonna happen. We should probably get out.
Yeah,
probably
so
stop.
I'm just gonna kind of grab the sheep as best I can. Just run.
Roll strength. Just roll strength.
Strong.
Half your movement to stand up, and then strength is
13.
13. Okay, yeah, you can grab the sheep.
Yeah, I'm gonna book it.
All right, which way?
Let's just kind of roll for random.
No, you're
Curious.
D8.
Ooh, 5.
5.
Yeah.
Which way?
Okay.
Which one? I can't see it.
Cool.
Spider north?
So you're booking it away from the tower.
Northwest?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's late for my brain isn't working. I got Hulk and Groot.
Toes.
So, yeah.
East.
Roll deck save.
Oh, hell yeah.
Uh-oh.
My dex is trash.
Oh.
9.
9?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's
It's alright, I'm ready for death.
I'm ready for death.
Does sound relaxing.
Yeah, we'll let Slaker eat
I
you.
went out as the king.
King went to
Well, if
sauce.
you die in the disguise, you go back to your normal self. I feel like you should.
Yeah.
Sad days. I didn't
Yeah.
die as a kid. I died as a poor boy.
I always roll well when it doesn't matter.
Point and kiss.
What was your roll? 9?
What are you
Okay.
Will I let you go? No, will I let you go? No, will I let you go? No.
Mamma mia, mamma mia.
Mamma mia, let me go.
Where's this picture?
I did. I didn't get like any of those. They caught them all every time.
I can't do that right now.
So you think you can stop me and split my heart? So you think you can stop me and leave me to die? Oh, baby. Sweet baby. Just gotta get right out of here.
You missed a measure.
Anyone can see. We were sick of it. Nothing really matters.
Nothing really matters.
To
So, Toes desperately tries to dodge out of the way,
But dies.
I like how this is your goodbye
trips, but trips over his own tunic
Sounds about right.
as the wooden structure collapses onto his spine.
Oh,
Takes 39 damage.
well, he's dead.
Oh my
Almost.
God.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's almost dead, guys.
39.
Oh, did my mother
No,
find out
he's
that?
at max
Oh,
health,
okay.
so he's at minus 19. He's close.
You almost dead.
What's what is death? by the way?
Fatality by his own
What would have been
tunic.
death?
I know.
Minus 20.
Is it your negative? Oh, okay.
You
Well,
barely
he's
survived.
almost there.
You're almost dead.
Not quite.
I accept it.
Almost.
That's what
So
I saw.
anyway, death
was
save. I'm just gonna have you instantly roll a death save. Because that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of
12.
damage.
12? Alright, so you have one success. Nicely done. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a toe.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There's a toes stuck underneath.
I hate toes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There's a toes trapped
We're
underneath a
gathered
large
here
piece of wood.
to pay our respects.
And yeah, I think we'll end it with that for today's session. For XP.
You made us skip the whole phrase. Wait, you skipped the whole verse.
It's a different song. It's my
Yeah.
I literally spent half the semester putting this into
Wait, XP.
You skipped it again.
The quote from the day, it's a different song.
Y'all are tripping.
So the strange frogman is chopping at the base. That's the quote from the day.
That's the quote from the day?
That's
There was no
That's
one.
disappointing.
I know.
Because I definitely have better
What
ones.
about,
Let me pull them up.
We're all passed out in a bar with a sheep. That's how you know it's been a good night.
That, yes.
What about the wizard sheep or sheep
I'll change
wizard?
it.
That was pretty funny. I
I'll
thought
change
that
it.
was
We're all passed out.
Alright.
Sorry.
Everybody takes 100. Everybody takes 137 XP. So
137?
at the top of your sheet.
Oh,
is-
funny. We're never done.
I have to hand out XP first.
I was ready to sleep.
How much XP?
137.
72
Yep.
plus 137.
Yeah, I got some pretty good quotes.
137.
137.
I was so close to 69.
So, top of the thing.
She just bleed.
Where am I putting this?
At the top right here.
Yeah, just write it in. I'll correct it
Bleed
for
red
what your
in there.
level is. So I'll
IRL?
tweak it so that it's technically higher. Because at level 2 it's 300
I'm not
plus
logged
10,
in.
something like that. Hit the remember me button.
Yeah, always hit the remember me button.
Always hit the remember me button.
Always and forever.
It is the best thing ever.
I always forget to do it. Which is ironic. And if you're you'll like this
It's
last
not letting me
quote
get
that I
back
wrote.
in.
Oh boy.
I wrote Toast foolishly saves Faye and gets as raped by a big wooden structure.
Oh,
Remember
boy.
the website as rape or whatever it is?
Oh god. Yeah.
So yeah, it gets as raped.
Is it just redirecting you to
I need to pull up what my quotes were for the night because I really enjoyed them.
There we go.
How do I get to
When
that?
that
So
orc got
she's-
killed and he had
yep,
69
and
damage,
there
I
you
said that orc was killed by Takashi 69.
What was it? 137?
137, yep.
And then I guess I gotta put this back
Yeah,
down.
Yeah.
I'll adjust it to what it actually is. I think it's 437 is what you have, but
I'm not.
check.
You're not subbing Spanish.
I would love that.
So my quotes for the night
I would-
are: when you pass out with a sheep at the bar, you know you've had a good time.
Exactly.
Technically, halfling's an animal.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, they are.
and referring to eating the orc, it just tastes like sludge and hatred.
What? You guys ate an orc?
I did, yeah.
I didn't see that part. I
Yeah.
was in the shower probably for that.
So he took
Okay,
one
just
bite,
before
and
this,
that was the end of that.
Oh my god.
Just like,
pretty good.
and then went for wolf.
I think I tuned back in for the wolves for a second when they were getting attacked by them, but that was it.
Oh, you should go.
And then I got in the shower, and then I didn't tune back in because I came here.
Smooth declines. You'll get money quick. You got 500 from no one.
I got the 500.
Watch, you'll get way more money this time.
Alright.
What a productive hour of my time.
Look at
There you go. Grayson, can you hand me your...
Okay.
Oh my god, what have you done to that whiteboard? Erase that whiteboard.
that. Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh my god.
God.
Pants, that's just a skull.
Where's
Fish, Jesus. Nick and I've been singing this Kanye West lyrics.
Did you
I
say
just-
Yeezus?
some Kanye lyrics, so I was just
Nice.
writing like the key phrases.
Did you draw some Yeezys on there?
No, I can't draw Yeezys.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
that's
try
right.
anyway.
Give it a whirl.
Bye.
Just like